Give it a second to get through all the good stuff here. Says we're streaming, says we're recording. Now, for all you guys, the link on the... Oh, I'm going to give Robert just a second. Hold on. We'll be kind and polite. You good, Robert?
Oh, it would help.
You're still muted, Robert.
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay. Just making sure you're okay and you're ready. On the Twitch...
Yeah, my video's just in the red.
Yeah, it's your...
So I'm yelling at my kid to turn stuff off.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're choppy. But anyhow, we are streaming now. And below the video, you're going to see the link for the D&D info. It now goes to a Google document. Because what I found is on D&D Beyond, I cannot actually share the campaign page with anybody who is not in the campaign.
Okay.
And it looks like even if I have a paid account, I then can share my books with you guys, but I cannot share the campaign with the general public. Only people who are in the campaign can see the campaign. So Google Doc Note. That way everybody can go view it, who's watching, and catch up on what happened, etc.
Well, and I tried to update it as best as possible. Like, it won't let me pick anything but the life domain for some reason. You know, it's just one of those things.
You haven't bought the.
I know.
On D&D Beyond.
Correct.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get rolling now. I'm going to shut a few things down. I don't think I need all this up at tonight. So we'll shut that down. And welcome all our viewers who are not here yet. It's we did have a new person pop in that will probably... Oh, there it is. Chili, hello, how are you? Good to see you. It's
Well, then if Chili's the only one, they win the contest.
I'm going to wait a few weeks before I do dice, but I do have, you know, like 5 or 6 sets of dice here that I'll be giving away at some point in time. Not tonight, but once we get a stack of viewers. It's like 6 different bags with a full set in each one.
I was going to say, it looks like chewing tobacco.
I'm fucking with people. Totally going to send them wads of chewing tobacco. Okay.
Pre-chewed, so that you know.
Hey, they might be into other things.
That's true. Now, for everybody viewing, I am not going to respond to your comments typed in chat. But Chris right here, who's Cavalon over there, he will. Chris, if you're typing and I'm talking to you and like, why are you answering me? Just let me know. Hold on, answering chat, and
Yeah.
you know, I'll relax and chill out and make sure I don't harass you too bad. Other than that, everybody ready to go? What are you drinking, Robert? I need to know that.
Maker's Mark again.
Nice, okay. Okay, so anything else besides Robert's alcohol before we get going?
I have Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I have a monster.
You have a monostat? Oh, monster.
A monster.
Yeah.
Good old Fanta.
Okay, very good. Nobody with Mountain Dew and Cheetos. So sorry, guys.
No.
Okay, so last week's game, I ended up calling it Demons and Gnolls. Today's game is going to be called Illegal Imprisonment and Courtroom Mouthpiece.
Wait a second.
Yes?
Foreshadowing much?
You're welcome.
Life shadowing with the size of that. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
It's definitely foreshadowing. So anyhow, because that's what a title should do, right? Foreshadow a little bit without giving anything away. It's that.
Sure, but maybe you shouldn't share that with us until the end.
Well, tell you what, at the end we'll talk about how much it gave away for you. Okay?
Okay.
Ah.
All right.
Because I could be wrong. I don't feel it's giving anything away, but it's foreshadowing in hindsight. Chili, good to see you, man. How are you? Welcome back. Okay, so last week we ended with you guys collecting the Reese's pieces, or the pieces of Reese's,
Right.
and creating a funeral pyre, because it's just standard practice in a day where a necromancer could come along and raise the dead to make sure it's the least possible threat. So
Right. We make sure they're cooked before they're raised.
I like
I
my
mean, raising a family is easy, as long as they're all buried close together.
That's right. Good necromancy jokes. I'll have more of those than I think I want to admit to. Okay. So, Chris, to answer your earlier question, Chris was like, so, are we starting back in town or are we starting at the house? I needed to know to prepare. I'm like, well, I'm going to let you know when I know from everybody because I wanted to make sure there's nothing else. You guys work till dawn with this bonfire and then you turn and head back, taking everything that you could find of use, value, and not necessarily just value as in loot-wise, but value as in maybe some personal items of the family that you're able to find amongst the bed sheets and whatnot. I assume for the funeral pyre, maybe use some of that broken up stuff inside the house as opposed to searching, the woods, as well as the bedding and stuff that the gnolls had torn up and made little nests out of.
Yeah, and we probably had to burn the gnolls too.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, it's very...
My character didn't think of it, but...
Well, I mean, absolutely, there's no reason your character couldn't have thought of it as you're burning things, going, burn them too. So, there's that.
Them and the our little rubbery friends from upstairs.
They were sucked back into the portal.
Yeah,
only the guy was left.
Yeah, only the true odd was left. So, there's that. But you could burn him too if you want. Absolutely.
Burn all the things.
Last time I just wanted to set the house on fire, but I was told that wasn't cool.
Yeah, because it's personal property and somebody else might come live here. For example, there's 3 members of the family back in town. Speaking of which, where are those notes?
And the mayor doesn't seem to want to live in the town any longer.
Wonder why.
Yeah, we got a new house for him.
Well, he's not necessarily related to the Reece family, but there is Kindak, Felicity, and Marvin who are in town. They're actually well known by especially Moggetts and Bagai. You know what? Speaking of well known, let me pull up this thing again so I can look up and see your guy's name without a problem. They're one of the groups of people. There's multiple groups of people that do this. They make regular forays about once or twice a month into Old Dunston to recover stuff, to bring things back from the ruined city and that may be of value, whether it's just gold and goods, or whether it's, we found a cask of wine, or we found a usable wagon, that kind of stuff. They'll go in with a wagon and come back with it stacked with chairs or what have you that are still usable. And
well, it's a museum.
The whole town's a museum at that point. Okay. You guys return to town. Jaith, you were especially dog fucking tired, man. You got up yesterday morning, started back, got to town, was up all day. Yeah, it's been, 18 hours or so of hard-ish labor since you've slept. Now, you're a dwarf, you're good, but it still takes its toll. I need to make a note of... Yeah, okay. So you guys return to town, and you're immediately accosted by a crowd of 4. They mob around you, all 4 of them. What happened? What happened?
Another parade!
That's right. and they kind of guide you back to the pub, which is, of course, the public house. And the hell is your partner's name there, Aaron? Do you remember?
What'd
you say, John?
I do not. No, I do not remember.
We're going to call him Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky sounds
he
good.
took a blow to the head in that last fight.
He did.
Took a couple.
He definitely did. It's, Well, Lucky is there. He's got some breakfast ready for you. Some brown bread and some eggs and a little gravy and grits. So, there you go. It's, you guys are shown in, and we're going to flip about 10 hours forward. You filled everybody in on what's going on. You got some rest. At least a 4 or 5 hour nap. And...
So, when we got back in, before we go to rest, I will give everyone 5 silver pieces, including the mayor, because that's what came off of all the knolls, so everybody gets 5 silver pieces.
Well, the mayor is going to thank you for your generosity and say, we don't have much to give here, so why don't you guys just keep that as your reward, and sorry it couldn't be more. It's, as it is, we'll cover your stay at the pub. Mogget, sorry it's your pub, but,
You get to stay here for free, man.
Okay, then.
Isn't that a good
6 pieces of...
As I take his 5 silver pieces and put them in my pocket, yes, I will do that.
It's, the city will pay for you guys to stay and get some rest. Nobody's using the rooms anyway. You don't actually fill them very often with the amount of traffic that comes through here. It's,
Generosity is well noted, and I'm sure this will cover as long as they need to be here within reason, and go get some sleep and we'll work out the details later. And I shoved the 5 silver in the pocket.
Well, he wasn't paying for their stay with that 5 silver. He's saying...
I know that. I know that.
Okay.
I'm stealing the 5 silver.
He was giving it back to him.
Right. Now,
and I took it from him. I stole the money.
If I can interrupt here, for anybody viewing, if we suddenly stutter out, screen goes black, and then we come back, it's because... Okay, hold on, cat going by. It's because Discord, that we're doing our video on, is having issues and switching us back and forth on their servers. And I notice right now everybody's kind of slow moving on the video screen, even though I have a green connection. So I can only assume Discord is having an issue. Bear with us.
I have a green connection finally, too.
Yeah, it's I do also, but everybody is moving in slow, jerky motions.
No, I'm just actually doing that intentionally.
You can... Mr. Roboto. Okay. Kavlon, you decide when you wake up in the middle of the afternoon, you're not heading back a half-day journey when you only a half-day left. It's too dangerous to travel the roads at night, and you're gonna get caught at night on the roads. So you're staying over another day. Is there anything during that day that you guys wanted to take care of?
I want to head back to my farm and actually get my weapons.
Ah, you actually have weapons?
Yeah. I have a trident that I use as a pitchfork.
Nice, nice.
But it's actually a it's from my tribe, from my island.
From your people, yeah.
From my people.
Robert, just so you know, even though you're a big guy and probably won't be bothered, Bagai would probably carry his weapons anytime he goes to town. It's a dangerous world to go without weapons. Now, if you so choose not to, that's okay too. But
I didn't use it on the last adventure because I figured if I'm just bringing a cart of donkeys into town with some supplies or whatever, having an axe on me is plenty. But now that there's no summoning tornadoes and things, I'm going to go get my real weapon.
There you go. Is there anything anybody needs to take care of in this little break before the next thing comes along?
I will probably go into my lab and make a couple miscellaneous whatevers.
Here's a doily that I knitted.
Exactly.
It's a doily of absorption.
Well, a doily filled with chalk, and which is now my smoke bomb, or invisibility potion.
The worst smoke bomb ever. Poof.
Well, that was when I yelled invisibility and run away.
It's okay. Anybody else? Anything?
We're not staying long enough for me to get out the still, so...
Oh yeah, I'll bring back a pig.
Just in general, or to sell at market?
So we can eat.
Dead pig or live pig?
Well, we can... It's probably easier to lead it here if it's live. Then I don't have to drag it through the dirt. But
You could put it on your donkey cart.
yeah, so I'll bring back a slaughtered pig.
Perhaps, like, half a pig that was hanging in the smokehouse.
I can eat like half a pig on my own. I don't want to eat our buddy here out of house and home. Half a pig.
Okay.
All he's got is chicken and oatmeal. I'm feeling really bad for this guy and all of his customers.
And hungry.
And hungry.
Yeah. Tired of chicken oatmeal. It's like chicken and waffles, but not really that good.
Right.
It's like the poor man's chicken and waffles.
No, it's not really chicken. It's not Noah's pollo. It's latte.
It's ratatouille with real rat.
Yeah.
What's that, John?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyhow, we're going to step forward to the day after that. Bagai is returning with a pig. Or half a pig that's been smoked.
Half a pig, that's fine. A smoked half pig.
You know, and perhaps, you know, a burlap sack full of oats, since you always like oatmeal, or, you know, whatever.
Onions.
Onions, oh yeah, a bag of onions, that's always good. Bag of onions. A little bag of onions. As you guys are reunited again to discuss what went on, the topic of the steel tube comes up again. The notes, you guys have had a chance to go through the notes from the Truad, and though a lot of it is in other languages, between, I would say, the four of you, but let's go with at least 3 out of the 4 of you. And maybe
Is
one...
it an abyssal?
No. It's there are notes in the margin in Abyssal, but it looks like they were practicing runes for something as opposed to leaving real messages.
Gotcha.
The parchment itself from the Truad it's surprisingly durable. You would guess it's made out of some kind of flesh, as opposed to it's not paper, it's not papyrus, it's some kind of leather and very thin, so probably flesh. The information on it seems to be not related to the guy in the Reese's place. And you've put that together because it's nothing around here. You feel like he has maybe stolen these from somebody else and was kind of striking out on his own. Something else you noticed is, Jaith, you're a seasoned adventurer. These gnolls were pussies. These were not your standard gnolls. These were like, you know, remedial gnolls. It's, you know, you have fought gnolls before, and these things are skinny and hungry and young or old. He's got the dregs. What you guys fought was not. Something else to be of note is anybody familiar where the history of gnolls? Anybody got some kind of under intelligence, something you can roll that would help you discover this?
Regular history.
Well, I have religion and they are demonic. Well, previous history.
Well, that's what we're actually going to roll to see if the characters know.
Right.
That is a 10.
We're rolling history?
Well, we can go with
Insight?
Sure.
I got 18.
Sure. There's okay, 1 second there, John, and I'll take that 18. Guys, you can use a couple different things. If you have Arcana, if you have History, Insight, and maybe Yeah, I don't think much else is gonna help. Maybe religion.
Intimidation? I'll just scream at him until he tells me where he came from.
Well, you don't have any, so you'd have to scream very loud.
Right.
But maybe your dead pig would
the-
answer.
Scream at the dead gnolls as they are on fire.
And
Who sent you?
and 4 miles away.
Right.
Yeah. Where's the guy going?
Nowhere. I'm still staring at this paper as if it's going to tell me what it says.
By the way,
you
now
need to turn it over to where the letters are.
the guy is now. You decided to go with cooking over calligraphy. Is that correct?
I did. I went with cooking.
Okay, I want to make sure I don't make calligraphy references then.
No, but Guy's actually a pretty good cook.
Right. It's in
I
the.
have calligraphy.
What's that?
I am proficient in a calligraphy set.
Ah, very good. Okay, let's get some dice rolls here. John, you said 18. What you were rolling? What everybody else get, please?
12.
12?
4.
10.
10. Jaith, once again, with his religious background and everything, yes, he explains that the myth, the legend, goes that there was a demonic jackal god thing that came to this realm, walked through the lands, any jackals that it killed, jackals started following it, anything it killed, the jackals would eat, and they became gnolls, and it's now a breeding race. So with that explanation, it quite makes sense that you guys would be like, oh, he's working with something that summons demons, these gnolls are, so there's a definite link there. And as you're sitting here discussing this, Marvin rushes in. Marvin Reece, who you guys were looking to talk to the Reeses today. And he starts babbling. Oh my God. They have him. They have him. And he's
No,
just,
they don't.
Calm down. Who are you talking about?
It's
Who has...
he focuses on you and he rushes over to you and he grabs you by shirt collar lapel. What are you wearing right now?
Kind of like what is in my picture. So it's, sleeveless tunic. I guess I have like a traveler's cloak on.
Okay. Even when sitting at a table enjoying a little bit of...
Probably not. It's probably just my sleeveless tunic.
Well, he grabs you. He's not throttling you or anything, but he's grabbing just that. You've seen people panicked before. This is a panic. He is trying to hold on to something, and his breath smells fetid. There's a stench to it that you're not very familiar with, but perhaps rot, perhaps something else. You can see his tongue has been bitten, and there's blood in his mouth, and his teeth are stained red. And he's like, they have Kindak and Felicity. There's these. It's a government, the government of Old Dunston. It is alive, and it is mad. It's a council of blithering idiots, and they won't stop. And they get to you, and they have a young woman. She's in danger, tortured prisoner, and he keeps babbling on about this.
Was Felicity one of the dead ones, or is that his wife, or who do I know the name?
Okay, the ones that lived in the house was not Kindak, Felicity, and Marvin.
Okay.
These are a cousin or some relation. You didn't really give a damn, but they're related. The last name is Reece.
These are the people that have the chairs.
Yes. Yeah, the family that goes into Old Dunston to recover stuff, loot stuff. What's the word for looting when you're doing it for good reasons? Not
Scavenging.
Scavenging.
No.
What? What, Aaron? Hold on, we might be switching servers again. Aaron, try it again.
Hey.
Just can't hear you. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, getting nothing. Guys, be patient for about 30 seconds. Let's see if it switch over servers. Is there a big storm in the east? Something?
Yes. Yeah, there's supposed to be a snowstorm today.
Yeah, we're getting
yeah,
ice
we're supposed to
tonight.
Snow overnight.
Okay, hold on. Let me check my shit, Aaron. Sorry to interrupt the
Well,
game
we
with
just-
this.
We just heard him right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good
fine.
point. Go ahead, Aaron. What'd you say?
Okay.
I said ceiling. When you do it for the right reasons, it's still stealing.
Yeah. Well, it's not archaeology.
They call it pilfering in Tennessee.
Borrowing.
Scavenging.
Recovered items. Anyhow.
Oh,
That's-
yeah. That's what we're supposed to be
I'd like to
doing.
cast a spell on the somewhat mad young man.
Very good.
I'll cast Restoration on him to remove, if he's mad, well, hopefully it'll remove that from him.
Tell me the name of the spell again.
Lesser Restoration.
Okay. And what are the effects of that, or should I look it up real quick?
Well, I can go grab the book. But,
Oh, I've got it
It
right
removes a condition.
It removes a condition. Okay.
Correct.
You say a prayer to Jonathan, pull upon his wisdom and power, and drawing it up through the energy, drop a energy of calmness, trying to draw away everything negative from this guy into the ground itself. Marvin calms down. He stops talking. He looks around. His eyes are a little less wild. His hands are still shaking as he lets go of Cavalon's shirt, which stays wrinkled up and bunched up. Could be a sign of the tightness of the grip, or a sign that Cavalon maybe needs to wash his fucking shirt. We're not sure. It's hard to say. So he turns and looks at the priest there, and he's like,
Here, have a sandwich.
He sits down. Is there an empty seat at this table? Did you pick one of the picnic tables or one of the corner booths?
Oh, I'd be in the corner, in my like classic corner little booth that is my table.
Very good. Let me see here. I heard the boop boop.
That was me.
Oh, very good. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's good enough. You know, even if it doesn't apply, casting a spell like that is probably going to do more than you need to do to calm somebody. So we can go with that.
Oh, check. I just figured you want the link for later.
Ah, it's okay. It's, so anyhow.
Well, I didn't know if he was poisoned because what you said, his mouth was all different and stuff, so.
Yeah.
Everybody can give me a wisdom roll. Perhaps insight would work. Medicine would work.
Oh, yes! That's a non-natural 20.
Nice. It's an unnatural
Well, that
20.
is a natural 1, so I
Unnatural.
don't care.
18 is the number tonight. Sweet.
And
Okay,
I'm giving him a nice smoked pork sandwich.
very good. Aaron, what'd you roll?
17.
Oh, very good. Apparently you guys have seen enough unhinged people, except for Chris, who is just dazzled by the sandwich being handed to this guy and amazed that this guy is just calmed and sat down, scooting onto the bench next to Cavalon. Right? Make sure
Yes, there is no
If somebody is unhinged, you give them a warm beverage or a sandwich.
or a pulled pork sandwich. But yeah, you've seen people when madness strikes, they will, whether it's a nervous habit of chewing on their lip or just gnashing, and sometimes they tear the fuck out of their mouth. It was just a drop of insanity in his world, and that's looks like what's happened. And now that you're looking at him, you can see he's got some scrapes on him and some bruises. Doesn't look like anything serious, but he's been through something. Yes, Rob?
I'm gonna hand him a napkin and subtly move all the knives and silverware away.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. It's so the priest steps away just for a moment to use the outhouse. It's, which they do have outhouses in this town as opposed to indoor plumbing. There is no sewer system. The old city has a sewer system. The new city, not so much. Yeah, and he sits down and starts enjoying this. Well, enjoying's too big of a word for this. He starts eating this sandwich.
Focusing on the sandwich.
Right. It's very mechanical. You can see as it hits his mouth, it's bringing him a little more aware. The meat, the salt, the sauce, whatever it has on it, it's hitting those open wounds in his mouth, and he's looking for something to drink. Did you have a warm beverage, Marcus? Or even water is fine. It's what do you give him?
I haven't bring. Why would you drink water?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, you don't drink the water in post-apocalypse wherever.
Not unless
you drink the beer.
Right.
Not unless our cleric is making it.
Right.
He might be in the outhouse making water right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink that either.
No.
It's dwarven. It's 80 proof.
So
now we know how the monk does it.
That's not a still. But it does have a drip feature. Anyhow, he takes a drink, and then he takes another mouthful, swishes it around, turns and spits it onto the hay-covered floor, and then takes another drink, and you can see him. He's just realizing his mouth is messed up, and he's touching it gingerly, and tooth is wiggling under his touch, and he's like, there's something in Old Dunston. It's in the courthouse in the city council chambers.
Chairs. Good chairs.
What kind of something? You say there is woman there now?
It's hazy. And he's very confused and kind of disturbed that his memory is apparently not whole. He describes it as it's almost like being woken from a dream where you only have pieces and threads and feelings and images as opposed to a whole memory. I remember we've checked the city council chambers many times. It's one of the few stone buildings in the whole town, or city, or whatever that thing, Old Dunston was. But we heard something, and we went in, and we heard a woman being, I guess, tortured. The screams and the sobs. It was horrible. And we all three rushed forward. And
so we. Who was we?
Kindak and Felicity. We always go together, and I guess there's... Are they here?
No, I think you lost them when you came back.
God, I hope they got out. Oh, they could still be there. But when we went into the council chamber, the counselors were there, dozens of them, and they were all arguing, and they were pointing at us, and it's all I remember before turning and running. It's
how strange.
Yeah, it's...
What day did you go in? Before or after storm?
I'm sorry?
What day did you go in? What day did you head over there?
He tells you the day of the week, which is yesterday. And the reason I phrase it that way is instead of referring to my calendar that all you guys would go, nah, we still don't know what fucking day of the week that is.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's yesterday. Yeah, it's yesterday.
Yesterday.
And when you tell him what... He's like, it was today. It was... And he names the day of the week, and you're like, that was yesterday. And he's like, no. It's still morning. It's not even noon yet. It's... So he's lost a whole day. Mm-hmm.
Is it not noon yet?
No, it's still early. You left at like dawn, got here at like... Because you're
okay. All right.
Only like an hour and a half walk from town, with the wagon behind you.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, you were able to go home last night.
He's not that confused. He's not that confused about time of day. He just lost today.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he thinks it's still yesterday, because they go in at sunrise, right after the dusk dawn predator thing. They make sure the sun is, above the horizon a good bit. They go in, and they usually come back before dark. They don't tend to stay in there overnight, because there are things that have moved in, and there's other things that never moved out. Welcome back, John.
Thanks.
Jaith returns from the privy outside and sits back down, and there's a few comments about dwarven water and how strong it is if you have to drink it. And you have no idea what
I'm not drinking it.
Nobody wants to drink the dwarven water.
Wait until it comes out the other end.
Not drinking it.
You get the feeling that's what they were talking about. It's,
I'll beat up this guy. I've been playing with his mouth and everything like that.
The rest of him, like I said, bruises, scrapes, minor cuts, more of a deep scrape.
Bar fight level stuff?
No. Possibly like he fell in a pile of debris. I mean, you can see a few splinters here and there. Some of it looks like scraped against stone. But he's not covered. I mean, if you had to assess the damage, he's got maybe 15% body coverage of scrapes and wounds, a few tears in his whatnot. But it wasn't so bad he couldn't run here and have a sandwich.
Yeah, all right. Hey, go home.
But what about Kindak and... What?
Lie down. We're going to go talk to the mayor, and we'll see if we can't head over to Old Dunston, take a look.
Lefty'll take care of it. He always does. And you're a good one, Moggets. I appreciate it. And still, thank you for that cure for my bunny. I really appreciate that, man. It's she's on her third litter now, so she's doing good. Yeah. He looks at the rest of you. Sterile bunny. He made it better. Yeah. So, okay. I'm going to take the sandwiches. Is that all right, man? And the beer? I'll bring the mug back, I guess.
The mug back.
Okay.
Know the rule.
Okay. Yeah, Marvin is a scavenger. He will keep things if you don't catch him on it. So, yeah. You want to make sure you tell him to bring that mug back and check again when you see him next. Okay. So Marvin wanders out with a sandwich and a loaf of bread tucked under his arm and a beer that he drank down and had him refill before he left. And he heads out a lot calmer than when he came in.
I'll be right back. Go bang on the mayor's door.
The mayor is actually outside working in his garden. He's got a little garden, just like an 8-foot by 8-foot plot where he's growing some peppers and tomatoes and stuff. Still a bit early in the spring for too much coming up, but he's working on it. It's been really dry a couple years. What's that?
Strange plant with 5 leaves on it.
It is possible. And tobacco, too. So he looks up as you come up, and he's like, oh, no. He sits up and wipes
a couple seconds?
Yes. What now?
Bar.
Oh, well, that's a different story. Give me a second, let me put this stuff away. And he puts all the stuff in his little wooden bucket and sets it inside his door, closes the door. And he's like, okay, let's go. You got a new brew in or a new whiskey?
Don't drink it. Don't drink it.
To go Dunston. I figured you might want to go with us.
Ah. Well, let's go see what's going on, and then we'll decide. Arriving back at the pub, everybody has finished their meal, though you could still be nibbling. Feel free if you want to do that. And you guys have now gathered Lefty with you, and
So I will explain to him everything that Marvin told us.
Well, it happens once or twice a year. Somebody goes in there and gets caught by something. Are you guys volunteering to go in there?
No.
Well, I think Mulgit has volunteered us again.
Can't hear you at all, Aaron. Hey, guys, let me do this.
No, I didn't say anything. I
Oh,
didn't say
okay.
anything out
He
loud.
was just quoting.
Yeah.
Volunteering.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to leave the call real quick and then pop right back in. I just want to see if that resets the jerkiness for me. Give me 1 second. Uh-huh. While I was gone, were you all like, nobody move when he gets back?
No, we
We
didn't
long enough to fly.
gone that long.
Yeah, we were only jerk free for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like me with porn. Anyhow, okay. Yeah, it didn't. Your guys are still jerking everywhere. So we won't worry about it. So you guys explain everything to Lefty. And fill in Jaith a little bit also, since he stepped away for a few minutes.
I'll go tell Lucky to go stop by, make sure to collect our bottle. Pick up a couple of the doughs and buck from that rabbit brood that he's got going over there for our new batch of chicken. Well, we're gonna get paid.
He's going to open up a new chain of medieval restaurants called Bunny Filet. Okay. Look, Moggets, I've got chicken. So anyhow.
No more chicken.
Thought it was eat more chicken.
No more chicken.
So Lefty's like, so what do you guys want to do here?
He said, so
You're cutting in and out,
So-
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron might have the voice activation on Discord set too high. Because we're like clipping out the beginnings of his words.
Could be. Do you have voice activation set at all, Aaron?
it's automatically determined, but it's set almost dead center.
Okay. That should be fine because it wasn't a problem last week. Aaron, you might try leaving the call and reconnecting real quick. Just stay off for 2 seconds and reconnect. I just like to watch the whole screen mess up as... There we go. We'll see if that works out better.
Okie dokie.
It's funny, you're like a bad dub movie now. Okay, sorry about the technical problems, everybody. So anyhow, yeah, you send Lucky out to the Reece place in town to pick up some bunnies, get your mug, etc., etc., etc. And so Lefty is once again asking, so what's the plan, guys? Did you going into Old Dunston and you want me to go with you? It's... I can't offer a
No.
reward every time you guys decide to do these things.
No, we go get the chairs.
Okay. Sounds good. What about you three? You're not saying anything.
Well, someone should have to go get his wife and daughter, and he
Chairs.
certainly is not going to be able to.
It's actually his brother and his brother's wife, but whatever.
Fine, brother and brother's wife, whatever.
He pays me in rabbits. I pick them up. I'm not worried about that, and I'm sure we'll find something in there that'll make it the day trip.
Possibly. Jaith, what were you saying?
Oh no, it's a good day to go out and explore what's going on in Dunston.
Very good. Aaron, did you follow
How
the rules?
bad can it be?
Absolutely. Yeah. Couldn't be any worse than, going to the Reece farm yesterday. They're going to have to name their kids after you guys if you keep... Well, let's hope you rescue one of them. Or two of them. Both of them. Because, the house... Anyhow, no need to dwell on that. Aaron, did you do the long rest thing? You got your hit points back, etc.? I don't think anybody else was injured. Am I correct?
I was, but just a bit. But I did take a long rest.
And keep in mind there was actually 2 long rests between now and then. So when are you guys leaving? Lefty asks you.
Why not now? Sun's up. Run over there real quick. See if we hear anything or see a body.
Yeah. Okay, well, and you want me to go with you again?
No.
If you would like.
You don't have to. But you seemed antsy.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I don't mind leaving. It's just... I don't know. Jaith, do you have an opinion on that question there? Here's what I'm doing, guys. Out of character.
Yeah, I would say stay here and take care of the town.
Out
in
of
case
character.
another tornado happens.
5 miles away. What I'm checking with, guys, out of character, is do you want an NPC tagging along all the time? Because I don't care either way.
I don't know that we need it.
That's right, because we don't know.
I mean,
I tell him to stay home and take care of his guard.
yeah. Stay
Oh,
home.
and why don't we go to rename the pub? Isn't there a contest for that?
Out of character, I go over there to let you know, hey, the citizenry are telling us that friggin' stuff's going on. If you want to come, come. If not, no big deal. We don't care. But now you know where we're at.
Right.
In case you come running for us.
Right. He can have things prepped and ready here. Post some extra guards up at the gate of the old city to make sure nothing comes through. That sort of thing. Chris, did you have an opinion about an NPC tagging along?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I'll give him some of my spices and instruct him on how to turn what's left of the pig into a nice stew.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Not a spice.
He'll listen and nod. He'll listen and nod.
So then we've got dinner when we come back.
That's right. He's like one of the penguins of Madagascar. Smile and nod, boys. Smile and nod. Okay. So you guys, once again, pack up your stuff. But this time, heading in the opposite direction into Old Dunston.
Should we take the donkey and the wagon?
Of course we should. In case we have to bring something back.
That's what I was thinking.
Nice trident. What do you use that for?
Poking.
As they do.
It's good for scooping hay.
True story.
And scooping nose, too.
Well, since we've got that, why don't I sit in the back and I will make sure to meditate my spells in case we run into trouble.
That is a
Is that
phenomenal plan.
Is that okay, Travis, if we take this wagon that
Yeah.
is sort of just
Yeah,
written in here? Okay.
No, that's actually very reasonable, and you had it on you. We agreed with that. So it's not yours. It belongs to the farm you work for. But, if you...
Right.
How many glasses are you going to shoot back there, man? Wow.
One of them's water,
Okay.
but it's
One's
empty
water.
now, too.
Vodka.
And the whiskey's empty, too.
And in about 5 minutes, we're going to take a quick break for everybody to get refills, Robert, or to lock up their store, John, or whatever's appropriate here. So we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, is there anything anybody else needs to do before heading out?
When are we going to name the pub?
We need a pub name. Okay.
The contest is next week
All right.
for the renaming ceremony.
I'll have some people work on it while we're over in Dunston then.
Yeah, we call it PCs of Reese's.
No, we're going to call it Jonathan's Point.
Put your choice in the cauldron along with everybody else.
I don't think they'll all fit in the cauldron. And you shouldn't say that around the guy anytime.
Call it grits and chicken. Chicken and oatmeal.
Oatmeal and
No more chicken.
the OC. Oatmeal and chicken.
Okay, so if nobody has anything else they have to do, it's easy enough to. Kavlon, did you want to send a message back to the monastery, or are you good?
Yeah, they are fine.
Okay. It's because you've been
It was
gone
6
like
letters. Suck it. I'm here.
because it has been 4 days since you left.
Yeah, well, they are used to me taking a while to get back. It will be fine.
Yeah, generally, if you're not back within 7 days, they may send somebody out to look for you.
Right. If it's a 2-day trip down, it's been, what, 3 days?
It's a 1 day. It's a full day trip.
A full day trip.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so it's only been 4 days.
Yeah.
They can wait another couple of days. I can head back tomorrow.
Okay. Good
He's-
enough. Just
He's
check.
been drunk this whole time. He's got to sleep it off at some point.
He's a dwarf. He's got short leg.
What does that have to do with sleeping it off?
I don't know.
Okay, good enough. So you guys head into Old Dunston. Now, Old Dunston is a bit dilapidated. 30 years of not having any care has taken its toll. Most of the buildings are wood shingled. You get some stonework, like on the porches or whatever, but very few stone buildings in there. It probably used to house 6,000 or 7,000 people, including surrounding countryside. You have about a tenth of that in New Dunston. And again, including surrounding countryside. So the town itself probably only houses 150 to 300 people at any given time. The rest is in surrounding areas. In this day and age, people have started building homesteads next to each other. So they'll actually kind of build a cul-de-sac and then have their farms outward from that. So they have some kind of community protection even when they're out on their own. Now, when I say a cul-de-sac, they're not 50 feet from each other. They're, 3 acres away is your neighbor. Close enough to see, not close enough to have to talk to every day. It's a good life. Heading into town, the first parts you get to are probably the most broken down. They've been looted, people have gone in there and vandalized, or even in one stretch has been totally burned down as whatever natural or unnatural thing happened there. Could have been a teenager if you want to look in unnatural causes. Could have been, lightning strike if you want to look at natural causes. But you have to head for the center of town to get where you're going. And I'm going to describe that in just a couple minutes if everybody wants to take a moment, get refills, etc. Is there anybody not leaving their chair? Excellent. I will put on a video then. Guys, we will be right back. Bear with us. I could wear these to cover my chocolate starfish.
Talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome.
I thought she had a great pair, so I decided to felt them. I gotta show that part. Okay, so here's a product that's popular. It's for real, a little tiger kitty and a little chicken. See, people coming around have to be careful. But I want to just point out that they have that picture in there, right there. And is it just me? Or is that pussy totally devouring that little teeny cock? Because once it decided, yeah, it does.
Pussy illy, wetter than Amazon, taste this killy, silly billy, poppin' pilly, smoking like a switch, lick this feeling, mold 'em, soak 'em, hook 'em like crack, acid.
the hardest part of doing these videos is all the little kids that are stalking me here and coming around when I'm trying to say something filthy and horrible. Oh, look. It's little live pets. Little live pets. That's so much better than what I had in my day, where we had to play with the dead pets. My balls are kind of odd-shaped. Here, look.
Pussy. The illest on the planet. Better play your cards right, Mr. Gambit. If you wanna hang here, right, no payment. Never not bad, or lost your bandit. Never not bad, or lost your bandit.
So it's a strap-on unicorn horn for those who are feeling horny, and it's called One Love. What the hell are we selling our little girls? Pirate's booty. That's good shit. Right below it, these nuts. Look. It's Pop Fizz Doodle. I had that once after a heavy night of drinking. Power Core Max. Performance lining provides ventilation and coverage. Adjustable straps, hook and eye closure for customized fit. Maximum support. Boobs. And over here we have Disney princesses for a new lower price, and there's pregnant Ariel. Something fishy about that.
I do it right with drums, understand it. I do it right now, please don't pan it.
That should be good. You know what I really want for lunch?
What?
I really want a big dish of chicken flingers. So I've heard Batman needs Viagra. Check it out.
He's a little floppy.
You know what I want for lunch? I really want a big dish of flamingo poppers.
Once you start, you can't stop popping.
What?
Your balls have ears.
You know, I dare. I'm gonna dare you to do something. I dare you to doodle on the floor. Her balls have ears. You know what I really want?
What?
To get a punch-a-ball critter. So when I used to be a stripper, this is something I used to be able to do. That's right. Walking World Monster. Musical beads. You know what I really want?
What?
A big-headed unicorn.
No.
With toilet paper stuck on its ass. Okay, what'd you find there?
I don't think that's a really good message considering the school shootings.
Ever have an annoying sibling you want to control? So they've re-released Teddy Ruxpin, Donald Trump version.
Skin. Donald Trump skin.
He's got the hair, and then he's got the Cheeto look right here. Musical beads. I see you found the new toy line by Sauron. Musical beads. You know what I really want for lunch? I really want a big dish. Big dish.
A big what?
I could wear these to cover my chocolate starfish.
Talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome.
I thought she had a great pair, so I decided to felt them. I gotta show that part. Okay, so here's a product that's popular. It's for real, a little tiger kitty and a little chicken. See, people coming around have to be careful. But I want to just point out that they have that picture in there, right there. And is it just me? Or is that pussy totally devouring that little teeny cock? Because once it decided, yeah, it does.
Pussy illy, put it in the Amazon, taste this kitty, sit it Billy, poppin' pillies, smoking like a swoosh and lick this.
Okay, we're back. We're gonna have John back with us in just a moment. He is running his comic and card store, so sometimes as he closes up, he gets a customer that's like, wait, I need that comic book right now. So we're going to hesitate for a moment and burn time so John has maybe a chance to get back. If he takes another minute or two, we'll just roll on without him, though.
Yeah, he's sleeping in the back. It's a comfortable cart ride.
Well, he's meditating a lot right next to me.
That's right.
You may hear his ohm, which to a dwarf sounds like a snore.
That's right.
Much like mine sounds like a snore. Don't disturb me, I'll have to start all over again.
It's soon you'll have everybody in the back of the cart and only Bagai like in front it leading the. Is it a 1 donkey cart or a 2 donkey cart?
It was a 2 donkey cart.
Okay.
Donkey earlier, so.
Yeah, you could carry
it was 2 donkeys earlier. If I shouldn't take both donkeys.
Well, I think I don't care.
Donkey.
It's if you weren't bringing as much back, make it the 2 donkey cart. Keep it simple.
All right. But I wouldn't ride in
size.
I'm not going to do that to the donkeys. I would walk beside it and kind of lead them.
Okay. So what about you there, Kavlon?
Yeah, I'm walking.
Yes, indeed, he's a walking. You and me.
I'm not. I'm riding.
Meditating.
Yes.
Different
And the
from
monk, the one who should be meditating, is walking.
Well, I mean, the dwarves have such short legs.
It's true.
That's why I brought the cart.
It's not like the donkeys are gonna go real fast.
That's right.
But also, as a monk, I am used to high endurance training, so.
These are racing donkeys.
Oh, northern racing donkeys.
Racist donkeys? What the hell?
What a jackass.
Right.
Yeah, they do not like dwarves.
They've been chasing down the entire time.
That's why you guys
It's
are moving
fine, I
so
can
fast.
outpace
You got the
a
monk
donkey.
just keeping barely in front of him. But don't worry, the donkeys
I'm
are.
level 2 now. I've got step in the wind.
If he's passing wind, we're putting him in the back.
That's right. The donkeys aren't afraid of you, Kavlon. They're very brave.
Well, they're used to me, who is 3 times the size of a dwarf.
Right.
So
I was just making the pun.
I know. I got it. And
Let me
chose to
explain
ignore
it. Hold on.
No. It's okay. You don't need to explain it.
It'd make a lot more sense if you were down on all fours. Let's see that.
It very rarely makes sense when I'm down on all fours.
That's not what Andrea says.
Going on with the game now. Actually, I really want to wait for John. Guys, we'll give him one more minute. Chili, you having a good time? You still with us and everything? Appreciate you hanging out. It's the pitfalls of having professionals play with you is sometimes they have to take care of business. It's we should real quick. If you enjoy tabletop role playing, you should check out Wicked Dash or underscore Clever, Robert.
Wicked-clever.com.
Check out Robert's stuff there. He's written a couple really cool games that actually John sells in his store. And that's our plug for the moment. So let's get back to the game.
Yeah. And if you're not into that, you can just check out Chris's beard.
Very good. Welcome back, John. All good? Ready to go?
So far.
Okay. Are you still open or are you locked up?
I locked it up.
Okay.
We were worried that maybe you'd gotten mugged.
Ah.
I didn't even think about
Not
that.
even hear a lot of screaming from the mugger.
I don't want to be on all fours.
Yeah.
It's, we were making other all four jokes while you're on. Anyhow, so you guys make your way through town. Moggets, you've been through here a little bit, within reason. Bagai, you've probably at least ran the circuit around the city at one point in time or another.
Okay.
Kavlon, you're old enough. You've probably been to the town when it was still active and up. So you're vaguely familiar with it. You're not going to be like, oh, I know where the chemist is. You're going to be like, there was some stuff on this street once. But you still have
Back in my day, there used to be good chemists on this street. 2 doors down. Lucky Lindsay. She had some good times.
Oh, back when that door was green?
There's a reference from Cannonball Run and Beyond. It's
Are the roads good enough for the wagon?
yeah, it's I mean, you're dodging potholes and whatnot, but the wagon is empty, so it's not really
But
that.
it's got 2 dwarves in it.
Well, yeah, but you two are strong, and
Right.
You can.
So it's not like buildings are falling down and cars are blocking the road and...
Correct. Yeah, buildings that are falling down are more collapsing inside of themselves because they were 2 stories, maybe 3 stories on the oddball thing. The wagons and stuff that was broken down in the street 30 years ago, people have gathered those for firewood or whatever use. So, like I said, between looting, recovering, scavenging, etc., you're not really having blocked roads. And a lot of the houses that had been collapsed or knocked down, they've been taken for firewood or just supplies to build new houses for New Dunston.
Right.
It's got a lovely hardwood floor. We just took it out of the old shop. When you
Why are
arrive,
you building a house this shape? Because that was the shape of the old one.
that's right. It had to be rhombus. You guys arrive at the town square. It's got that large well in the center that is dry. It's been very dry here for a few years. It's probably 8 feet across and 2 steps up and has the bucket down the middle. There's storefronts and whatnot around, and there's a huge stone building that was the city hall, courthouse, council chambers, etc. It's where all the town-related business would take place. Merchants would come here for papers and licenses, as would shopkeepers, etc. It's the place where it was the heart of the city. It's about 8 steps up. They're shallow steps, but those fancy building steps that, why did they even put 8 steps instead of just 3? Those kind of steps. 5 columns in front of the building. Large double doors that one is hanging by its hinges. And there's a scuttle of leaves crabbing across the floor in the light wind that's going on. And by the way, it's probably 1 in the afternoon by now. Took 30 minutes or so to get here, 30 minutes to prepare, so I guess maybe even a little earlier.
Time for lunch.
He brought a sandwich and some oatmeal. No chicken.
No
though.
oatmeal.
I thought it was no chicken. Oatmeal was okay?
No chicken.
Okay. Your character's just contrary today. No, whatever he's saying. No loot? Is that what you said? So you're standing in front of the city hall. Sorry about that. City hall, essentially, and staring up these 8 shallow stairs into the open maw of the building. As I said, one door is hanging by its hinges. The other one is swinging and creaking in the very light wind that's going on. Leaves, tumbleweed. And there you sit at the foot of the stairs, looking at the columns. Above the first floor, you can see the second floor is set back. So you actually have a balcony type thing up top that people can sit on. And by balcony, I don't mean 5 feet wide. It's like 20, 30 feet deep. Basically, they would go out there and have their lunch or dinners or whatever up there in the open air instead of inside the building, because buildings get stuffy when you don't have circulated air.
Is there anybody on the balcony? Is there anybody looking out the door?
No. There's There's no movement besides those leaves across the ground and the door creaking.
Oh, I head up to the stairs.
What were the people's names? It was
Kindak,
Kindak,
Felicity,
Felicity.
and Marvin's
I'm just
Beckoning.
gonna. Yeah, no, he's fine. I'm just gonna bellow out at the top of my lungs, Felicity. Hey, Felicity.
Okay. Kavlon, Markets, anything you guys want to do?
Well, I assume that woke me up, so,
Well, the cart has rolled to a stop, and perhaps you were still dozing there. Jaith is heading up the stairs as Bagai shouts, the electric company motto, "Hey, you guys!" But with Felicity instead of guys.
Actually, hey, you guys worked so much better.
keep me alive.
Let's go with that.
I'll follow up behind Jaith up the stairs.
Okay. So it's a little teeny parade, because they're both Rocairn, the dwarf-like race. So, Moggets is awake and sitting up in the back. Anybody want to, tie the donkeys up, or are you just going to let them roam free with the wagon and do some window shopping while you're inside?
No, they have to be tied up.
Okay.
They're tied to a wagon.
They are tied to a wagon.
True story.
But I would kind of like the wagon to be here when I would like the wagon to stay where it is.
Do I look like a wagoner?
I tie the donkeys up.
There's a hitching post.
And actually, I would unhitch them from the wagon, so even if they wander off, they're not dragging the wagon through this broken downtown.
No dragging the wagon.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys going to pause for a moment while he starts to unhitch the donkeys and put them on the hitching post?
There was not an answer to my bellow?
No, it echoed hollowly, and the wind seemed to pick up slightly, but then it died down about 4 or 5 seconds later.
And then I'm just like, okay, they're not here. Now I'll start.
Let's go back, guys. We're done here. Adventure solved.
Now, Jaith and Kavlon were heading up the steps into the front door. Give me a second.
So was I.
So was Mogget. So they're all going in there, Bagai.
That's okay. I have to take care of the wagon and the donkeys, and then
So
if they scream, I can.
What I'm trying to figure out here, are you like, it's okay, let's leave? So are you leaving, or are you unhitching the donkeys?
I'm not gonna leave without them.
Okay. Do you guys want to pause and wait for him while he does this stuff?
Sure.
Jaith?
No.
Okay.
Heading up the stairs.
I mean,
I
the
figured out
guy's thought is there is no obvious threat here.
Right.
So if the dwarves want to go poke in this old building, whatever, the dwarves can go poke in this old building.
That's fine.
I don't want to get chewed out by the widow on the farm, who I'm supposed to be watching out for losing her donkeys and her wagon.
I got you. No, it's absolutely reasonable. Mogget's waiting.
No obvious threat, and if there is a threat, my healer just went up the stairs.
Yeah, I probably would have followed too.
Okay. That's what you're saying, Aaron? You're going in also? Or are you, leaving before your healer gets killed and you don't have a healer? It could go either way. I don't know.
With my healer.
Okay.
When he dies, then I go running.
Okay, got it. Till then, we're good. Okay, you guys enter in the building. Now, Robert, we're going to give you... give me a minute. I'll bring you back in. It's not going to take you long to tie it up.
Right.
And
when they scream, that's when I'll drop everything and run.
Okay. You guys enter into a huge foyer. It is... Now, it's only 1 story tall, but it is like a 15 or 18 foot ceiling. It's a very big ceiling because, it's a fancy building for the court and whatnot. You can see directly in front of you 2 stairways going up, slightly curved stone stairways. On your right, you can see 2 doors. On your left, you can see 2 doors, actually doorways. And then a hall. Let me make this easier. We're going to bear with me. You know what? I will do it this way. Let me just snap a picture of what you can see so far. And I'll put it in Discord for you, okay?
Cool.
Excellent. Egg salad. Now give me just a second. Let me pop it right here for you. There we go. Everybody let me know when you got it so I can start talking about it.
There it is.
Okay, should be up there now. It's fun to watch everybody's head tilt at the same time. Okay, why is Robert's tilting the other direction?
We're standing on the 2, essentially.
Essentially, yeah. So you see the stairs going up. You see the 5 columns. Then the double doors that you walk through. Huge foyer. 2 stairwells. Those are the dotted things, because I didn't want to actually put that on the floor. So those are going up. The little dotted shapes there are stairways leading up.
And there's hallways underneath them.
Correct. Oh, we lost a John. Give it just a second while we see if he comes back. If he doesn't come back in a moment, there he comes. Excellent. Okay. I had to, if for some reason any one of you leaves, I have to reset the whole screen for the things. John, you back, buddy? We hear you.
I'm back, I hope.
I hear you. Don't see you, though.
Let me go to that. Says the video is connected. Power just went out momentarily here, so.
Tell you what, click leave call and then come back in again, because, yeah, your camera's... Is anybody else seeing his camera?
Nope.
Negative.
Okay. Bear with us. It's always a fun bucket of technical issues. Fun bucket.
And I'm also getting static from you.
From me?
Yep, every time you talk, there's like a little bit of static and like a...
How about now?
You're
We
good now.
see you.
Is anybody else hearing static from me?
Yes.
I'm hearing some static, yes.
Okay. Let me do the same thing then. Give it just a second. And they're all gone. It's just us guys. Thank you, EI. Well, if it's really loud, EI-E-I-O. Turn your volume down.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good now.
Yeah. Less,
Okay.
no static. No static.
Very good. There, we reset it. Okay. Now, going back to where we were, as I said, you can see from that picture, on the right and the left, there's 2 doors on each, hallway straight ahead, and directly ahead of you are 2 double doors, and those are closed. What's everybody's passive perception?
14.
13.
11.
Muggets?
Past up is 11.
11? Okay. Very good. Who had the 14?
I do.
Okay, and who had... There was something else above an 11, wasn't there?
13.
13.
Okay. You 2 hear gentle sobbing. The other 2 don't seem to have noticed it, and as you guys walk around... By the way, the rest of this room, there are leaves around. You can see a rat scurry off as you guys come in. It doesn't seem essentially terrified of you. It just seems like it's done with its business and it's heading away anyway.
The chat is saying static is back.
Okay. Is that EIEIO? Oh, that is
No.
Dylan, and Dylan is saying it's gone now. Very good. Okay.
Interesting.
So.
Is the sobbing coming from above us or ahead of us?
Yeah,
or
can I stop? Guys, shh, 1 second. And, like, try and listen in to pinpoint where the...
Okay. You guys, the guys coming in about now, Moggets, you can hear the sobbing now. As you walk in, Bagai, they're like, wait, shh. And as you stop and listen, everybody can hear it. Now, to pinpoint it, give me a perception roll. Target number 15, please. Because it's a
Static
big...
spec.
Static spec.
15.
17.
7.
Travis, it
16.
sounds a little bit like cell phone interference. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I haven't got any signal across my cell phone or anything that's come across, but let me move it away just in case. See if that takes care of it, because sometimes that could be it. So we'll see if anybody else is... Because I'm not hearing it all, so I'm guessing it must be for me if everybody else is hearing it. Thank you guys for the static report. It's like a traffic report, but different.
Quick question before we get into the hearing thing, though. Is there any kind of trails or anything in the leaves or dirt or dust that kind of indicates where a person may have gone? Something bigger than a rat or otherwise.
Now I'm going to count...
Scene where Marvin ran through in his stupor.
Right. Aaron, I'm going to take that into consideration when you roll your perception, but what I will tell you is right off the bat, there is just too much wind movement through here. Buildings like these would have windows that were shuttered, and with the 30 years, those shutters are largely gone, so you get a constant flow of wind. So there is no obvious trail. Perhaps with that perception roll, you'll pick up on something like that, but nothing obvious. Okay, so let's just go around the block here, and John, what did you roll?
16.
16, very good. And Chris?
17.
Robert?
18. No, 15.
Very good, you're going in the opposite direction. And Aaron?
Look, there was a rat.
Rolled that well, did you? It's
7.
Very good. It's so each of the three of you, not Aaron, have hit the target number. As everybody gets quiet, the room to your left, the second door on the left, seems to be where the noise is coming from. And Aaron, you're too busy looking for trails and whatnot to focus enough on the sound. And because of that, you get nothing. Real quick.
Somebody's crying.
And I'm checking the static. Yeah, Discord issues. Thank you, John. Yeah, EI, the lag is all Discord. Discord has been switching our server back and forth, and
yeah, we all just moved again.
But thanks for letting us know. And just so you guys know, since you've just popped in, I am not reading chat right now, though I just did for this issue. Chris or John will be answering people in chat. This way I can focus on running the game instead of constantly breaking to reply to comments. So feel free to keep commenting, talking amongst yourselves or to these guys, but I'm not watching chat. Okay, so you guys, yes,
So-
you're...
On the map, it's number 5.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'm going to point and state the obvious. Somebody's crying over there.
I'll head over to 5 as soon as
Yes.
I figured out that's where it was at.
Yeah, I'll make my way that way and just look down that hallway. Like, does it end just past, what is that, 7?
It would be 7, yes. It's that hallway seems to go all the way down into the dimness. It's not dark, but it's dim back there. You get some light from whatever windows are in the rooms off to the left. Looks like a solid wall to the right, and it fades into the dimness. As you go down there with your dwarven eyes, you'll be able to see things, but at this distance, not so much.
Alright.
Well, I know that we had the guy and stuff. I'll cast, would you like to light the guy so it's easier to see?
Okay.
All right.
Pull out a stick and abracadabra.
teleport.
Hold on one second. John, what first?
I was going to cast light on this trident, but he already said abracadabra, and I'll just wait. Not do
Okay.
it.
Very good. Aaron, what are you lighting up? Just ball in hand?
Yeah, ball on a stick.
Okay, ball on a stick. Okay. Like a paddle ball? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so you guys
That'd be
move.
pretty cool. The light would go out and come back. And
Shadows
Yeah.
moving all around you. Ah, they're coming for us.
arcane strobe light.
The one of you that didn't realize you were epileptic now knows. Okay, heading towards that room.
So is Moggy holding the light, or
Mogget
Okay.
Mogget is holding a light, which you two need more so than the dwarves. As I said, it was dim light in here. You could see, but you wouldn't necessarily see clearly. Okay, coming up to the what has been labeled room 5. It has a open doorway. It looks like in a place like this it would have probably been some kind of holding room or a meeting room where perhaps people can get together and discuss things. Whatever. The door is in splinters on the floor, most of it gone. Little pieces hang from what hinges were there, set into the stone. It does look like dwarven craftsmanship. They might have had a dwarf at supervising this. You wouldn't say it was built by dwarves, but you feel like there might be some dwarven influence on this structure.
Ah.
Or Rocairn, as the
I
case
will,
may be.
I will peek around the corner into room number 5.
Room number 5 has a sheet over the open window. The windows in these rooms, if this room is any indication or example, are about 4 feet across and about 6 feet tall. It looks like they had double shutters on the outside that people would pull closed. As I said, the shutters are missing, but there is some kind of ragged blanket or sheet or something tacked up around this window on the inside. It's still fluttering and moving. Light is still coming through it. It's not darkening the room. It's not a blackout curtain. But it's rubble, all kinds of rubble in here. There are tables and chairs, more than probably belonged in the room originally at a quick glance. And you can see a huddled form in the corner, crouched, sobbing, very feminine appearance.
Felicity?
hey, are you okay?
It's the sobbing stops, and you hear a female gasp, and a very pale woman with very light hair looks up, her eyes wide with terror, and she starts screaming.
I didn't
She
get the
starts
last
what?
part.
She
Yeah, you cut out.
She starts screaming.
She's not okay.
I'm going to go over and try to calm her down.
Okay. As you get closer, she backs away from you, crabbing backwards on all fours to get away from you. And she's like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!"
Is this Felicity? Would we
Calm
recognize?
down.
It is not Felicity.
Okay.
And at least Moggets and Bagai would recognize Felicity. There's a chance either the other two would, but not nearly as likely. Are you trying to touch her there, Jay?
Is she young or is she? I mean, how old is she?
She looks to be early 20s, maybe late teens, but she's got
All right.
a
And
bit
she's
of
human?
human.
Calm down. We don't want to hurt you. We're here to help.
I got half a sandwich.
She's like, "The council has gone crazy. They're doing horrible things to people in there."
And where? We're here to help.
She points towards the doorway, gesturing roughly towards the large double doors that were closed.
Why did you stay here?
I can't find my way out.
Come with me. I'll put my hand out.
Oh, she's jerking away from your hand. Don't touch me.
I'm gonna set my half a sandwich down, just on the ground, a couple feet away from her, and back away.
No such thing as half a sandwich.
I'm gonna look over at Cavalon and point to get to the other side of her.
Great. I'll move around to her other side.
Okay, and she flinches away from the two of you, trying to stay away from both of you. She's like, I can follow you. Just don't touch me. I don't even know if you're real.
No, they not real. They dwarf.
You're gonna feel something little later.
I don't know if you're talking to the guy or her.
Hey guys,
I reach over and the big sheet that's over the window.
Uh-huh.
I pull it down.
Uh-huh.
And I toss the other end of it to Cavalon. So we can.
Touch it.
And I'm just gonna try to drape it over her, so hopefully she'll calm down a bit.
like a bird when you cover its cage.
And that's when the tentacles entered the window.
At least they came out of the window instead of other things. Woof.
Hey guys, I thought nobody lived here.
No
You're
one's
here.
supposed to live here.
I don't live here.
You're living here.
No, why are there people in the dead city?
That is why we are here to find out.
We're trying to get her out of here.
No, not her. The other people, the council.
In a minute. Hold on.
When you bring the sheet near her, she'll snatch it from you and wrap it around herself if you'll let go of it.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Okay. She wraps it around her, and she's not naked or anything. She has torn, tattered clothes and a cloak, but she wraps it around her. And
All right, we're not
shivers.
going to touch you. Follow us.
Okay, okay.
You gotta eat
Back
that
outside.
sandwich.
She doesn't seem to be going towards the sandwich.
I'll pick it back up.
And I will linger in the room so that she leaves first as they're all going.
Okay.
So that I end up following behind her at a respectful distance
Okay.
out of...
Okay, she breaks.
She does. So Jaith is leading. What's the marching order here, guys?
Well, hopefully me, her, and I don't know what the other two are doing.
I would be
know they
behind. I
have
would
one
come.
behind.
Yeah, I would come in behind her.
All right.
Well, maybe you should go first, as you are a giant hunking man, and she's scared of everyone.
I had to give her the sandwich. She's following the priest. I'm there in case she starts screaming and I can thunk her on the head.
Moggets?
As Bagai comes toward the door, I hand him a stick light on it, and I hide.
No, isn't that... Oh, okay. Well, with that, will that last?
1 hour.
1 hour, thank you. Okay. And you hide. Very good. You just fall behind and... Very good.
Blend into the rubble.
Invisible. So, I am going to make Moggets in the rear then, the fifth marching position, okay? Okay. There we go. So you guys head back into the foyer. To the double doors or somewhere other way?
Out. I'm heading out. Back out to the car.
I'm heading to the double doors. I want to hear them.
Okay. As you head that, she's like, you can't leave them. They have people in there.
We can... Oh, I turn around.
It's she has stopped. She will not go to. Now at a glance, as you turn around, you can see Moggets at the double doors. Moggets, you hear voices in there. probably a dozen, 2 dozen voices, and they're arguing and shouting and laughing and screaming, and it's just this cacophony of weird voices and whatnot.
Cutting in and out.
I am, or the voices are.
You are.
Okay, let me try that again. Perhaps it's because I dropped my voice. As you listen at the door, you hear voices, probably dozens of voices, and they're laughing and shouting and arguing and talking and giggling, and there's just a cacophony of sound, but it's very faint. Now, it could be from the sound when you started listening at the door, you're guessing the doors are very thick.
Gotcha.
So that's muffling a lot of it, which is why nobody else is hearing anything when they're not up against the door.
That's why I'm using my handy-dandy tools.
That's right. Magic glistening glass. It's So, Jaith, you turn back towards her when she says that. And like I say, you can see Mogget's at the double doors there.
Don't pay attention to him. Follow me.
I'm not leaving without him.
Tell her. Without who?
My people. They have them in there.
We need to get you to safety. We will go in there and get him. Trust me.
No.
You can watch the donkeys.
There is carts outside. You can go and stay safe in cart that we must retrieve when we are finished while we go get your friends.
I'll stand just outside the door where I can see you doing it. So I know you're not lying to me.
Good.
Can I insight check her to see if she's like to try and feel out her intentions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh. Where is
Apparently not a Robert roll today, huh?
21.
Wow, nice. Yeah, there's something fishy going on there. She's not panicky like she was. She's a little firm-toned, a bit insistent. You're not sure what's going on, but you get the feeling she's not on the level. The rest of you, role play it out. Where you haven't necessarily...
Hey, what?
Mm-hmm.
What's your name, lady?
Helena.
Did she actually accent the hell like that?
Yeah.
Or was that because
No,
you were drinking something?
I'm role-playing.
Okay, alright.
Where's Felicity?
Where's who?
Felicity.
I have no idea who Felicity is. She could be one of the people in there.
Can I roll an insight also then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are you
Well-trained,
here? This is not a good place to be.
We were coming from the mountains. We came through the town looking for people.
No, the people don't live here.
I noticed.
They live over there.
What'd you roll there, John?
19.
19. Yes, you're pretty much getting the same as I mentioned to Kavlon Chris there.
I'll move so that I'm like behind her in the way and give Jaith like that like knowing like a slight head signal that we know
Dwarves
there's something
tended
funny.
to well, as I take my hammer and start initiative.
Okay, everybody go and roll initiative for me, please.
Ooh, wow.
Ew.
Okay, everybody's ready. Sorry.
Yes.
So we got a 6 for Moggets there. Chris, what'd you get?
14.
Okay. Robert?
17.
John?
Am I on? Yep.
21.
Ooh.
The fastest dwarf in the world.
There we go. Wow, very nice. It actually, initiative felt
Makes sense.
exactly the same as the marching order. So that works out very well. Okay, you pull your hammer from the loop that you keep it on at your side.
I detest this deception, madam. And I'm really a striker.
You're going to strike her. Strike her. Strike her.
Oh my goodness.
Gracious.
Come on, get over there.
We're hitting women now.
Well, that's because you're not a sexist.
That's 18 to hit.
18. Yeah, your hammer makes contact. And what kind of damage do you there, sir?
Oh, okay. 10 points.
10 points. Really? And she stumbles backwards and screeches and launches herself towards you. She looms twice your height, whereas previously she was only a foot and a half taller than you.
Okay, that solves that.
Her skin changes to a putrid greenish yellow color, and her fingers elongate into
True
claws.
odd bitch.
No, definitely not a truant.
Oh, not lizard-like.
No, not at all. No rounded eyes and slitted nose and smooth skin. She has green skin, huge, long, elongated hands with jagged nails at the end.
Hag.
You know what? If you're going to call me lovely names, do it when we're not on air. Okay, now she does reach out. Let me review this real quick. Oh, good. She's amphibious. That'll help her.
I will urinate on the floor for her.
Wow. A gentleman, too. Wow, good.
I will light it on fire.
Dwarven sprinkler. There we go.
What is your armor class, sir?
17.
Okay, she scrapes along. What kind of armor are you wearing?
Chain with a shield.
Okay. Yeah, she scrapes along the shield, you easily batting her hands out of the way. And, there we go. Okay.
But guys, show her why she's wrong.
What?
I said, but guys, show her why she's
very
wrong.
good. And you, but guy, you are up next. And as I said, this woman is almost your height now.
Yeah. So I'm going to, because I've been holding the torch in one hand, and my trident strapped to my back on the other. And I just want to drop the torch and draw the trident.
Okay. And by the way,
attack her.
not a torch, it's a ball of light.
Right.
It's a stick with a ball of light on it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm dropping that.
Yeah. I just didn't want anybody
Dropping
thinking
that.
it's flammable. That's all. Okay, go ahead. No problem. Easy enough to do. I don't even think
and
they
I'm
were.
I'm a whacker. I'm gonna poke her with the trident.
There you go.
Two-handed.
Fork her up, man.
Foreplay.
That might not do it.
Pitches and hose. Pitches and hose.
That is a 14.
No. It reflects off her thick beveled skin.
Alright, that's all I got this turn.
But Cavalon does.
Oh, it's my turn, huh?
Yes.
Let's see. I will...
Mogget's your next.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a swing at her with my quarterstaff.
Okay. The three of you have.
Oh, that is not good.
You're surrounding her, going to different sides. You swing your quarterstaff, and what'd you roll?
14.
Again, it strikes her beveled hide, but doesn't seem to affect her at all.
And as a bonus action, I will unarmed strike her. I'll just punch her in the back of the knee.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, good lord. It's an 8.
You do not strike her back in the knee. Matter of fact, with that, you miss her completely.
We're not going to use that die anymore.
John, I know last time you were using your bonus action and everything, so you let me know if that was something that you forgot this time and you wanted to.
I used a bonus action to heal him. For being a war priest, I can take a bonus action to take an attack, but I don't want to use it. I only get 4 of those a day.
Who are you healing?
Who was I healing before? I'm talking about in the previous campaign.
Oh, no, I'm just talking about if you didn't take a bonus action this round, let me know if you want to take it. That's all.
Oh, no, the bonus action I could take, there's nobody to heal, which would be a bonus action, and I don't want to waste one of the 4 bonus attacks that I have per day. So
Oh, okay. Very good.
I'm not going to use them.
Moggetts.
Right. Magic missile! Woohoo! That was a 13.
It just bounces right off her. She almost swats it right there.
It's a 17.
17. Oh, it bites into her flesh. What kind of damage do you do with your magic missile as you hurl the dagger across the space between you and her?
Actually, nice damage. That's 12 points.
12 points?
12 points. Because I get the plus 6 for the, I
Surprise.
get an extra d6
Gotcha.
for the dagger.
Very nice. It's, Now, do you want to take the second attack? Because
No,
you did...
I'm going to use my, what was it, my cunning attack to go into hide mode. I will friggin' smoke bomb and away! Invisibility!
Very good. Dodging behind the stairs.
Exactly. Basically, I'm able to, at second level, I can use the hide and immediately disengage.
Very good.
So that I can do this again next round.
Is there any roll or anything that needs to be done for that?
Just standard hide check against
Yeah, standard
perception.
stealth check.
Okay. Against passive perception or active perception? Probably passive, right?
It's in battle, so I assume.
It's an opposed check, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Stealth.
Should just be your roll and your dex modifier, I believe.
Well, and probably proficiency bonus.
Yes.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Sure. What'd you say, Aaron?
It's a 9.
9. Okay. You dodge behind the stairs.
Yep.
Okay. Now we're going to restart the round. Jaith?
I will attempt to hit her again.
Okay.
Did she not attack?
She did.
Attacked after I did.
Yeah, she goes second. She
She
attacked
Ah,
him and
gotcha. Okay.
13 plus. Yes. So 18 to hit.
Oh, very nice. You connect.
11 points of damage.
And a mighty 11 points of damage. Yeah, you, considering your height, you swing across, catching her in the hip, knocking her a few feet to the side as she spins towards you, because you're the most danger to her right now, or at least the one that's closest. Yeah, she turns and rakes at your face with her claws. You easily bat her hands out of the way with your shield, and she doesn't even touch you. At least not your flesh, just your shield. You might have to buff your shield later, if you know.
Now we have a wizard for that.
That's true. That's true. He's got a thing. Okay, Bagai, got your giant dinner fork?
Yes. I'm going to make a reckless attack on her, which is something I can do as a second level barbarian.
Excellent.
I have advantage, so I get to roll twice on this attack.
Is that what
But,
it does?
yes.
Okay, go on.
Yes. It gives me advantage for my first attack on a round,
Mhm.
but anybody attacking me also gets advantage.
Okay.
basically, I'm just wailing at her with no concern for anything else.
Gotcha. Go ahead and
Because
roll.
She's a giant demon lizard thing. And I'm glad that I took that advantage. I am not as glad that I took that advantage. That is going to be a 13.
With advantage, it's a 13?
I got a 6 and a 3. So,
Jeez.
yes.
Yep. Yeah, again.
So I bellow and rage and run at her with the spear over my head, and
she swings to one side, and you bounce it off her shoulder with a twang noise as the tines of your giant fork hit her.
Yep.
I need to not call it a giant fork because I will imagine you with a giant fork.
No, let's call it a giant fork.
No, like that character from Final Fantasy IX who carried around the giant fork.
Kind of is a giant fork. I mean, it's a trident.
Kind of is. Okay, Kavlon.
So I want to move behind her so that I am opposite Jaith, so I'm in a flanking position.
Now, flanking is an optional rule, isn't it?
It's not anything anymore. I mean,
yeah, it's
okay.
not a.
So yeah, I understand flanking position, but at this point in time, we're not going to give it.
No, it's still optional. If we want to, do we want to use flanking is really the question.
We're not going to discuss it in the middle of the game here, but I will make a note of it so we can discuss it later. Cool?
Sure.
Yeah.
good.
That way we don't hold up the game with a discussion of the... Because there's a whole book called DMG that's full of optional rules.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if we were going to use flanking and that would give me advantage on the attack, but... If we're not using it, then
not at the moment. We may bring it in, though. But anyhow, we'll discuss it off air.
Well, then I'm still going to swing at her with my staff for a 15.
Okay, again, that reflects off of her.
God damn it.
Yeah, she's got a bony hide type thing going on there. Now, Moggets, you're behind the stairs.
Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to punch her.
My apologies. Go right ahead.
God fucking damn it. That's a 2 plus 6 for an 8.
You totally miss. You're off balance here. You're like, how did she not get affected more by my flanking maneuver? Apparently,
I wish I could give him guided strike.
Yeah.
You're a little too sober, I would say, is the problem.
Well, I'll reach in, get out my little flask, take a hit, put it back.
Muggets?
About how far away are we?
You are approximately 35 feet from where they are.
I will use my bonus action to dash.
Okay, I believe that's
That
what...
allows me to take an additional move at my base speed, which is 30, while still getting my regular attack.
Okay. So you're going into melee range instead of ranged range?
Exactly.
Very good.
I yell, "Expeditious retreat!" I move very, very quickly behind her, and then yell, "Shucking grasp!" and stab her with a sword.
Okay. Roll to hit. Now, with this type of thing, are you still going to be able to get your sneak attack, considering you're yelling stuff and running across the room?
Yep, because all I have to do is be adjacent to somebody else. It's no longer flank rules. It's just belong to somebody else.
Perfect. Go on.
That is 16.
16. The sword slides off of her, clanking along the stone floor. Didn't damage your weapon or anything.
Huh?
It's you felt like you were very close to hurting her, but she's not.
7 hit, so.
It's in other words, you miss. Now it comes back around to Jaith.
I think I'm going to need to use up one of those bonus actions.
Okay.
I'm going to strike at her twice.
Once with, or two with weapons?
Yeah.
Is that a war priest thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
13 plus 6 is 19.
You
For
hit.
9 points of damage.
Very nice.
And 20 is going to hit, so 8 points of damage.
So 9 and 8, correct?
Yep. And that's one use. I'm done.
Very good. She makes a dash for the double doors, and you can hear the screeching voices and gurgling and burbling and laughing and screeching from behind the doors. Now, she hasn't reached them yet. I'm just letting you know the voices start to come forth from that room as she...
Does she leave 5 feet away from me?
Yes, she does.
Anyone who she leaves 5 feet from gets to make an opportunity attack on her.
I know.
Yeah.
So I believe you all get an attack of opportunity.
Ooh, that's definitely gonna hit.
I do 8 points of damage.
That's 22. And actually, it's
Die sucks.
9 points of damage.
I'm not sure if I hit or not. I had an 18.
Yes, you hit.
Hey, look at that. All right. Strength modifier. 8 points damage.
Very nice. Very good. So she takes hits from 3 out of 4 of you. As she darts towards the door, jerks to the left, and goes down the left hallway. And you can still hear the voices and muttering and laughter and screeches from the double doors.
But guy, go stop her.
Okay.
Okay, yes, it is
I'll
your...
run off after her.
Okay, what's your
Wait,
movement?
is she running into the dark, though?
It's not dark, it's dim.
Okay, I run off after.
Okay, what's your movement?
30, I believe.
Okay. You have the same movement as her. Do you want to just try to keep up with her till you overtake her?
Yeah, I mean, I could,
She used dash.
I believe I could move twice. I believe I could move twice and not attack.
Yes, yes. It's,
So, yeah.
okay,
I mean, I'm gonna try and run her down.
okay. Kavlon, what about you?
If I take my 35 feet of movement, how far away would that put her from me?
You would pass the guy. Is it a level 2 monk thing that you got the extra movement now?
I did. I get movement increases when I get, like, my next one's at, like, level 6 or something
Nice.
like that, or maybe level 9. Yeah.
It's you would
I get faster.
You'd pass him, but you'd still be a couple dozen feet behind her.
Am I within 20 feet of her?
No.
Damn it.
Hold on a second. Let me think here, because she dashed, so she did double move, is what she did. She has
moved 60.
right.
I did
And you moved
35.
55. With your extra 20.
Well, yeah, but I'm not necessarily. I just want to get within, to see if I can get within 20 feet of her. Well, I could throw long range. Great. I'm going to take my 35 feet of movement, and then I'm going to throw one of my daggers at her.
Okay.
At disadvantage, because it's long range. Let's see. That would be a 15.
It bounces off her. You hit her, but it doesn't stick or cut. Yes, Robert?
I don't think he would have passed me because I would have taken my full move.
Yeah, I thought he was taking double.
Right. Okay.
So no, he would not have passed you. He would have passed you for a second, but then your second zip
Right.
forward. Yeah.
Because he stops to throw and I keep running.
Right. Exactly. Moggets?
She's 60 feet out right now?
Yeah, and around a corner.
Fireball.
I'm curious what that would be. And then he passes on a venereal disease. What do you got, buddy?
Nope. He's out of sight.
Well, I mean, you can move to where you could see her.
Yeah, but I mean, how far is the corner? Must.
You'd have to move 20 feet, and you could do it in a diagonal stretch to get, so you're closer.
I will go into a hide and move 20 feet.
Very good.
Still retain my ability to attack if she happens to pop up. So you.
Very good. It's, okay. Now, starting the new round, Jaith.
I will move 25 feet towards her.
Very good.
And I will attempt to hit her with a sacred flame because it's got a 60
Foot range? Yeah, she's within that range.
So DC is a 14 reflex save.
Okay. And let's see if she gets any. Okay, so. Now, she rolled an 18 without any modification, so.
Alright.
Part damage or anything? No partial damage or anything?
No.
Okay. It's, So now, what you see there, bug guy, as well as anybody else looking down the hall, which assumingly you all are, is she opens the door that you would say is probably at the back of the council chambers. You hear the voices spill out of it as she dodges into it.
Okay. She's got to slow down to open the door, right?
Logically, yes, but no, she didn't.
Okay. I run after her.
Into the room?
Yeah, I mean, I was told to go get her.
Okay.
It's not the best tactical move, but
I understand. It's how your guy is.
right. Do I get close enough to take a swing at her, or I'm just running?
You go into the room, and as you enter the room, hold that thought.
Okay.
Kavlon?
Let's see. I'm partially down the hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I could assume that there's probably another door into that council chamber from the other side.
Right. Well, like I said, she opened a door. You hear the voices, the sounds, the laughter, the gurgling, the screaming, all that. So yes, 1 + 1 is probably the council chamber. It's probably a large courtroom type situation within.
Right, and there's back doors from either side plus the one in the middle. So I'm thinking maybe I will movement, action, dash. So that would put me at 75 feet. And then as a bonus action, use a key point.
70 feet, but yes.
70 feet, yeah, that's what I meant.
Good.
And then bonus action, use a key point to Step of the Wind, which gives me another dash action, so I could move an additional 35 feet.
Okay.
To go, all the way around down that other hallway.
Very good. I've sent a picture so you can kind of... It's the rest of the map, except for the open doorway that she didn't go through.
Gotcha.
So you guys can look at that. And sorry that Discord keeps turning it sideways.
Yeah, so I'll run down the hallway to enter essentially into the chamber from the other side.
Correct. Enter into 13.
Correct.
It's now
See
I'm
if you
gonna
can trick it by taking a picture of it sideways and then wait. Show.
maybe it's I don't know. Maybe I'll try that next time. Now again, as you're entering the room, I realize you're going to get significantly more into the room than the guy there. But let me give Moggets a chance here before I reveal what's in that room.
Yeah.
Moggets, what are you doing?
Okay, well, the last turn I friggin' got to where I could see the same direction she was going.
Right.
So I had line of sight on her as she was moving. So I saw her go into the room.
Mm-hmm.
So I still moving. How far away is she?
You saw her go into the room. You cannot see into the room.
Door still open?
Yeah, door's still open, but again, if you look at that map,
It's a long corridor, and she went
to the right. So, are you looking at the map?
Yeah, I'm looking at the map.
So she ran to the end, and then she turned into 13. You are probably somewhere between the doorway for 7 and 9.
Okay, I got you.
Thank you.
Stay hidden. Keep following. Use my move actions and my dash.
Very good. Okay.
Excellent plan.
Now, as you guys get into the room, first of all, significantly darker. There are no windows in this room.
I'll just let you know that I'm not going down that way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going back out to the double doors
Uh-huh.
that I heard the first screaming and hollering through. And I plan on kicking those in.
Okay.
The ones that are between the two staircases.
Gotcha. Perfect. It's so Bagai and Moggets, as you enter the room, it's dark in there. But you do hear those voices I keep mentioning, those noises, those sounds. Whereas Kavlon, you have some vision. Guys, I'm going to describe it to him. Roleplay, of course, you haven't seen it, but keep in mind what it looks like, so listen. Now, here's what's going to happen. At the beginning of the next round, Jaith is kicking open the other double doors, which this room will then be dimly lit. By dimly, I mean, you're not really going to see a lot of details. So, Kavlon, what you're seeing as you dash into this room, it is set up like a courtroom, and you're coming in over there by the dais where the judge would sit and the prosecutor and defender would sit, kind of giving the classic courtroom look. Perhaps not chairs, standing, dais is a thing for the witness in the middle to stand on with a little railing. Behind it, pews. Now, the pews are all broken up, torn up for the most part. Probably 20-30% of them are still usable, but the rest are destroyed. In the center, closer to the double doors than where you are, is, well, a thing. It is about 7.5 foot tall, mounded almost like a termite hill, but it's jellyish and it's moving, and you can see as you stare at it and dash down that aisle between the rows of pews to get towards this, whatever she was, you see eyes on this thing, and you see mouths, just dozens of them appearing, and all the eyes start twitching towards you. Except for that one, it keeps looking over there. It's kind of like that guy with the wonky eye that you just don't know what trying to look at. Except it's got 40 eyes.
That's Chad.
Oh, good.
So, now again, beginning of next round, you guys have moved into this room. Jaith kicks open the door. There is dim light spilling in because the front doors are open, and it is pretty much high noon in the springtime. So you get a spill of light in here, and you guys get that. Anybody have a problem with me just resetting it to the initiative? So we'll start with Big Eye. Jaith kicked open the doors. Big Eye will go next.
Great.
But guy, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna rage. I get 2 of those a day until I long rest. So I'm gonna rage, and I can sort of see this mounded council beast thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I still see the lizard woman?
No.
No.
She is nowhere to be seen in this room.
An 8 oh no. I object. Oh wait, there's a court. Can't say that.
I'm gonna have to charge this council thing. This is clearly not. This is unnatural, and I will take a reckless attack on this.
Excellent.
Might regret that.
Now you're raging also, right?
Yes.
So just keep
Which
that
gives-
in mind and
Yeah.
prepare to explain it to me since I may not be familiar with it.
Okay. So that is a 24.
Oh, that's going to be a hit, sir.
Okay. And then I get. That is 14 points of damage.
Wow, nicely done. You jam it, your trident into his jelly-like hide, piercing an eye and tearing a mouth open. And there's a large gouge, and 4 mouths start screaming. Now, Kavlon,
Yeah.
what would you like to do, sir?
Oh, well, I guess I will,
Kick it in the mouth. Punch it in the eye. The other eye.
yeah. I'm gonna take a swing.
3 eyes twitching towards you. One mouth
Just punch Chad though.
puckering like a kiss, the other one stretching open to scream.
22 to hit.
Oh, yeah, you hit it.
Yeah.
With your
Black eye for
quarterstaff,
you.
correct?
Correct. That is 6 points of damage with my quarterstaff, and then smack and punch. That 1-2 smack and punch combo.
What do you roll with the punch?
I mean, prep. 7 plus 6 is 13 to hit.
Excellent. Your fist sinks into it, doing what kind of damage?
It does d4 plus 4, so that is another 6 points of damage.
Excellent. Now, Moggets.
Throw a dagger at it.
Okay. Hi.
Bye.
That's a magic missile.
Okay.
Magic missile. What?
11, you say?
11.
Your dagger digs into it, piercing an eyeball, which explodes at a goo-like substance.
Cause any damage?
Yeah, roll damage.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh.
His AC is 7, guys, so it
Oh,
should be
okay.
pretty easy.
It's a big mound of
11.
11. Think 11 points with a dagger? Wow, nicely done.
Sneak attack.
Somebody else is adjacent to it.
Right.
And I will throw my second dagger.
Oh, very good. Go ahead.
10. Rolled a 10.
You hit. Now this one doesn't get the bonuses and stuff.
No, it's not.
Right.
Oh,
4? Nice, nice.
well, I don't know. 8, because I still get my bonus damage for dex.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say it next. You just don't get proficiency.
So
Yep.
8. So what you had before?
I had 11 before.
How much damage did you do with the second dagger?
8 total, or 8 on the second one. 4 plus 4.
4 plus 4. Thank you. See, I had already written down the first damage, but I didn't remember how much it was. Okay. So anyhow, we're good. we're good. Okay, now at the end of the round, I'd like everybody who's within 20 feet, which it looks like everybody will be there within 20 feet. John, I'm going to give you a +2 because of the doors and everything between you. But everybody give me a wisdom save, difficulty class 10.
Don't roll a 2.
I'm sorry?
Oh no.
I'm a cleric. I just said just don't roll a 2.
Hello.
What? Wait, Robert rolled a 4. Aaron, what'd you roll? Oh,
12.
Chris got a 5. Okay, so
Oh, that's a 5. I got a 5.
you got a 5. Very good. Still
I
failed.
rolled a 2.
It's now you two, as
This is
the
how I felt last week, by the way.
as the voices wash over you and dig into your brain, shit starts to happen. We're gonna start with Bagai since he's going first. Bagai, what you're going to do next round is you're going to attack the closest person, which is Kavlon.
Okay.
Kavlon, you know what? I'm sorry. I could let you guys roll if you prefer.
No.
Okay, Kavlon, I got a 6 for you. You're going to run as fast and as far as you can in a random direction. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll 1 dice for each door. Or, well, a dice to see which door you head for. Okay?
Great.
1, it'll be the upper left. 2, upper right. 3, the double doors. So, 1 and 2. You're headed right back out the door you came in at the highest speed you can. Now, sadly, that's going to give Bagai... He's got the initiative. Too bad you couldn't move before he did.
And I'm raging, which is not great.
If you hit me,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a
hit you.
dexterous motherfucker.
That's true.
Good.
Okay, Jaith, we're going to start with you.
I am going to bring the light of Jonah upon this thing and hit it with a guiding bolt.
Very good.
Or at least attempt to.
Okay. Well, with that 7 armor class in your rolls tonight, I don't know how you could not hit.
Well, I'm +6 to hit anyway, but 18.
You do hit.
Whoever hits it next with advantage.
Oh, very good.
And it takes 12 and 6. It takes 18 points of radiant damage.
18 points. Wow.
Nice.
Very good. It is... It takes it. You see the golden light drop down from above it. It crushes to the floor. It's still moving. It's still twitching. Matter of fact, it throws out this ball of bile, which explodes on you two.
Of course.
Give me a dexterity save.
Woohoo! I get a bonus to this.
Difficulty class 13.
I have
Oh,
advantage.
yeah. That is a 16 plus 6, so what, 22?
Very good. You've made it above 13.
17.
17. You have also. Now, it's Bagai's turn. Please feel free to attack the monk.
Okay, so I had stabbed this guy two-handed. I'm gonna pull it out with one hand and just swing it around, screaming, "Get out of my head!" and smash at the monk.
Very good.
So I'm not.
Roll low.
Yeah, I'm not doing a wild attack, so I don't have.
You don't have to. You just have to roll. Hold on just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Go on. Roll, Robert. What is
While
that?
he's here.
What is that?
Is that a natural 19?
That's a natural 19.
Son of a bitch.
No, that's a 91.
Plus 7.
You hit.
So that is a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, you're only going to take 1d6
Plus strength, right?
Plus 5.
plus strength.
+2.
+2 for raging.
It's only +7.
Hey, I got a 1, so
8
that's
points. Yay!
8 points damage. No. That's 9 points of damage.
Okay. And Kavlon runs away.
Run away!
Making a wily coyote noise. Wahoo!
Do you hang on real quick? Do you
Yeah.
add your proficiency bonus to your damage?
No.
No. Okay.
Never.
Then it is only 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. So, Moggets,
Yes, sir.
what are you doing?
Kill this thing.
Yep.
Sword? Dagger?
I'm running out of daggers. I move forward, and I will swing at it.
Okay, go ahead.
With advantage.
×2.
That's right.
I rolled a 19 on the advantage.
Nice.
Sweet.
So you hit that armor class 7. What kind of damage do you do?
Lots.
Somebody adjacent to it, correct?
What's that? Is there
There
an
is somebody
enemy?
adjacent to it, right?
Yes.
I am.
The guy is still
Yeah,
there.
the guy is still next to it. I ran away.
Damn it. Was that y'all shocking grasp?
And what kind of damage did you do?
We didn't hear.
15?
15. Wow.
Short sword.
Very
I'll
good.
sneak attack.
You slice into it, tearing through 3 different mouths. Eyes drop out of sockets and flatten down. Give me a perception roll.
Yes, I do have a random eyeball.
Of course.
Above my desk.
What'd you roll there, Aaron?
14.
14. As you're cutting into this thing and it's collapsing underneath your sharp blade, you recognize the 2 pairs of eyes that you're cutting down in between. You recognize the shape and the mouths. That's Kindak and Felicity's eyes and mouth.
Ooh.
Since I recognize them, I will take my second attack and hit it again.
Oh, it's dead. But you can still attack it. It has
Oh,
collapsed
yeah,
like a
that's-
flan in a cupboard.
Good.
Just has to hit it.
He can. Okay, guys. Things go still and silent. Kavlon, you come to a stop, realizing that you uncontrollably hadn't run away. Now, Robert, with Bagai, if he's raging, I believe he needs a round with nothing happening.
I can end the rage as a bonus action.
Okay. Again,
Yeah, so in 5th edition, there is no requirement that I have to keep attacking and accidentally attack my friends or anything like that.
yeah, I knew that, so I wasn't going to have you attack anybody. I just wasn't sure if you had to, because we read it last week where it said that,
So
there's...
if I don't attack somebody for a round, it automatically ends.
Okay. Well, there's nobody to attack unless if you want to attack the guys that ride in the back of your cart.
Right.
So,
No.
everything settles.
No.
Looking around the room, which as I said is dim light right now, the light that Aaron created is actually over there behind Jace in front of the open double doors that lead outside. There's the pews scattered about. There's the witness stand. There's the prosecutor's stand. There's the jury box. There's the judge's dias. There's no hag.
Can I walk back in the room and look up?
That's always creepy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean-
we're gonna study on this whole. We're gonna tear this place apart.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're tearing the plate, let's start with this. Everybody give me a perception roll. Wait, first, before we do this, anything anybody wants to do before we start on this process? All good?
The beast is dead. The right?
Right.
I put away my my magic wand, collect my magic missiles.
Robert, give me a.
Like
What's your passive perception there, Robert?
11.
You can
My own 11.
give me a perception roll, please. What were you saying, Aaron?
Yeah, and then a little bit of light prestidigitation, abracadabra, make it look like there are scorch marks wherever they're.
Very good. What'd you say? 5? Okay.
5.
Very good. It's okay.
I'm still
11
coming
is-
down.
So everybody begins looking around the room. Where'd this thing go? Where'd this thing go? Give me perception rolls, guys. Actually, give me insight.
Or would it be investigation?
No,
Since
we're going.
active.
We're going with insight.
Okay.
So it is plus.
Now this is happening as you're searching the room and everything.
11.
18.
14.
Aaron,
I rolled a 1.
He really
It's a
wants
room.
those magic missiles back.
Jaith, as everybody is searching the room looking for her, you realize she's a magical creature that uses illusion and distraction. And you guys had beat her down pretty good. She may not be looking to hang out.
She probably had enough. Probably left. We just don't know how she got past us.
I'm gonna nudge this dead thing with all the eyes and the teeth with my foot.
It squishes in a reddish, greenish swirl of bile and fluid. Your foot scrapes along teeth that scrapes along the stone underneath, and an eyeball pops out and rolls 3 feet away from it.
Quit playing with your food.
Yeah, you don't eat this.
Yeah, don't.
Don't eat it.
Now, if you guys note, down at the end of the hall in that one picture I sent, it is an open doorway at the end of the hall. You guys went right into the courtroom.
Well, when we probably looking for her, we're probably gonna head down there anyway. So
Okay.
make sure she's
Yeah,
not around.
I'll head out that hallway and look in, like, room 9.
Okay. Now,
But you're saying right here, like between 11 and 13, there's a door in a 13, but then there's an open door leading out the back.
correct. And let me check this real quick so I can make sure it's on both screens because I have 2 different cameras. So yes, if you look right up here, there is a back hallway behind what is essentially the
yeah.
courtroom, and there are 2 stairways down there.
I'm not smart enough to go hunting for it down there, but if
Well, let's first check out every single room here and see if there's anything
Right.
out of the ordinary.
Okay.
And go upstairs.
Okay. I'm going to make this quick. You can stop me if you want
Okay.
further investigation. So, starting at room 11, since that's the closest one from the hall you came in, it looks like this at one point in time. It's got all kinds of broken furniture and papers scattered that are rotted, that have been made into nests by bugs and rodents, as most of this building will be. And that room looks like it was some kind of clerk's office, probably somebody important from the, broken crockery in the room and little statuettes and whatnot. Moving
Can you
down.
magic fix that, Moget?
Aaron.
Can
Sorry.
you magic fix that?
I could try.
You do have the ability.
Yep, no, I'm trying to remember the word.
Bippity.
Booty.
Bippity. Bippity. Bibbidi. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Boo.
Say what?
Bibbidi, bobbidi, boo.
Okay. So you're having them put what together? One of the vases or one of the art pieces?
The paperwork and stuff. See if there's anything that's relevant there.
The mend
Or
is
is it
not
just
going
all-
to. Yeah, 30 years
Okay.
worth of decay. That's not going to.
Alright.
Yeah, it's not going to work
All
out.
right. That's fine.
Do any of the little like statuettes look valuable, or
They might have been, but a lot. This building has been looted repeatedly. These are broken, shattered pieces.
So there's no name notes or anything that's something left here.
No, not in particular.
Okay.
It's and the little bits of paper that might be legible, it looks like accounting work
Oh, okay.
or scheduling or that kind of stuff. It looks like office paperwork.
I just saw it because the other thing was torn before that. It might have been new pieces of paper that was a part of that thing that was ripped.
Right.
Okay,
It's-
Travis.
it's not.
Yes.
Okay.
The dwarves and wizards are looking at paperwork and art.
Yeah.
I am bored. Let me rephrase that. But guy is bored out of his mind searching this room. He would wander out that back hall.
Okay. Keep in mind they were in here 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not.
like, rifling through stuff.
And this is
Okay.
why, like, I'm going to kind of lightning round through these things unless you guys stop me, which you just did.
Okay.
It's but you can wander down that back hall if you want.
Yeah, I'll wander down the back hall.
Okay, you got 2 stairwells, one right next to you, to your left, and it's actually a ramp. Or there's one way down there.
Well, no, you don't go to the one far away. You go to the one close.
Okay. It's I'll be right back with you there.
Okay.
Going into room 9, gentlemen. This was probably a meeting room of some type. Has a large table in it that's now actually been flipped upside down, and there's a hammock there. There is crates of food stuff in here, including what looks to be some body parts here and there. A quick glance will tell you this was probably where she stayed.
great, next room.
Very good. Robert, you're down the stairs, and it opens into... Well, you can't see. It's dark. But it
Right.
sounds open and hollow. Sounds like a big room. So
Well, then I'll sort of whisper shout out, "Hey, anybody down here?"
why couldn't there be somebody down there so I can make him go, no? You get no reply. Now, room 7, if that's okay with everyone there.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into this room, the door is actually somewhat intact, and it's only open about this much. And when you open it, flies take off. And there's just this whirlwind of flies as they move around randomly, and then they land. And you can see the walls have a crimson, rust-colored tone to them, like they've been painted in blood. And it's pretty fresh because the flies are feeding on it. You can smell and hear maggots. Maggots in large amount make a noise, and you can hear that from the chunks of, well, whatever it is, right there on the floor and the walls. And it wasn't just spattered with blood. The walls are, like, covered.
Cavalon, we're going to be burning this place down
I mean, it's stone, but
after we're done looking.
we
well,
can
written
certainly
next time.
try.
Going down to the next room, what we're looking at here's another meeting room. This is where you originally found her, hiding in the rubble. That's 5. 3, looks like it was a coat room, and there's actually torn cloth in here, and cloaks and jackets and all kinds of things just rotting in the must, and the rats scurrying as they have built little nests in them and whatnot. Okay, where would you like to go next? Shall we just take you across the way and
Across the way.
back up?
Yeah.
Travis?
Let me have
Any
Robert.
that
Yes, Robert?
I have a torch and tinderbox.
Okay, you want to light a torch down there?
Yeah, I'd like to light a torch.
Maybe come to the top of the ramp, light it, and go back down.
Yes.
Okay, Aaron, what were you?
Coat still holding up? Or are they just all kind of ratted out? Or is anything kind of...
Repeat the first 3 or 4 words of the whole statement. Question.
In the cloakroom,
Okay.
has anything kind of maintained, or has it all gone to hell? Is it all ratty and stuff?
Give me a perception roll, DC 15.
Nope.
Morgan starts poking around the cloth with his... Do you have a staff? You got a sword.
I've pulled out my,
He's got a magic wand.
You pull out your listening glass?
So-
You're cutting in and out bad, Aaron. So,
Oh no. Exactly.
I know he's talking a lot.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Sorry, bud.
Unfortunately. You could type it.
Or you can... I don't know, you could try disconnecting and reconnecting. God, for everybody viewing, hey Steven, hey everybody else. Hey Angela, thanks for the bits, appreciate that. Sorry about the technical things. It seems that Discord is having an issue. And Steven, regarding your other comment, I don't think it's me this time because... Okay, no idea, Aaron. Was it anything important you needed to do there, Aaron, or are you commenting?
No, he's just commenting.
He wanted a new magical coat.
Well, that's not how you get it. Not with those kind of rolls. Yeah, I got that you were searching it. I had you roll a perception roll for the search. And you didn't find of anything of value there. It's, Okay. Sorry, I'm reading it on the phone, because otherwise I could break the screen here. Okay. So, yeah, the mage starts searching the room, going through tidbits and whatnot. You guys want to move on, wait for him?
Great.
Search
Jason and
with
I
him.
will
No,
move
go to
to the next
6.
room while he...
Yeah.
Going to 6, you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not 4?
Oh, 4. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's very good. Okay. Gotcha, Aaron. So in room 4, it looks like this was a check-in room. There is a simple table in here. Well, there's one leg and a corner of the table left and remnants of a chair, and it doesn't look like much else. Going up to 6, and you walk in here. There are bones on the floor, and they're arranged in what is an obvious pattern, and there are 17 bones exactly.
Let's see. I don't know that I have any paper on me to, like, draw it
I
down.
do.
There you go.
So
I'll
you-
make a sketch of their arrangement.
Okay.
I mean, does it any reference in religion? That might be.
Give me a religion roll, please.
12, 6. I'm sorry, 16.
As far as you know, somebody was playing with her food. Might be the boiled bones from the blood room over there. Hard to say. But no, this has no... It looks like a geometric pattern as opposed to any kind of rune, glyph, etc.
I think he was bored.
Going further up to 8, the door is open on this. It looks like it was just a simple holding room here. When you get to room 10, the door is sealed. It is closed and it has been sealed with wax. All around the edge of the door, across the top, and across the floor.
break out my listening glass.
Very good.
Anything inside?
Give me a perception roll there. Your listen at doors roll as it was in 2nd edition.
Roll at 19. That's going to be 22, 23.
It is perfectly silent in that room as far as you can tell.
Deal with whack. Is it locked?
When you reach down and jiggle the latch, it moves, it lifts.
The guys?
Oh, hold on one second. You guys discuss that amongst yourself. Robert, I'm so sorry. You've got a few rounds down there. When you light
That's
your
okay.
torch and go back down there, and everybody has noted that Bagai is gone now. It is a huge room, Robert. It's got some casks in it that are broken and torn up, that has soaked paper. It has wooden shelves. Now, the ceilings down here in the basement are much lower than the ones up there. Matter of fact, how tall
Right.
are you?
I'm approaching 8 feet.
Okay. You're probably stooping a little bit because the ceilings are about 8 feet. 7.5, 8 feet. So you're stooping a little just so you don't scrape your head on things. But this was some kind of storeroom. It was set up for, well, your character might not get it, but the city has stock and supplies and stores that are meant for later use or whatever. And yeah, this is what this was. Any grain bags have been torn open, the grain eaten by rats or other things. The wine, brandy, whiskey, whatever was in the barrels are shattered and it's long gone, staining the floor. There's a musty, pungent smell of animal feces and urine in here, but not much else.
All right. Are there any other doors?
No.
No. Just a storeroom. And there's no snake lady.
No.
All right. But there's another ramp on the other side.
Correct. If you want to go back up this ramp behind the courtroom type thing and down the other ramp, there is another area down there.
Oh, but it's not. Okay, so I don't see across this big open space the other ramp going up.
Correct. If you...
I will go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Okay.
I'll go back upstairs.
Okay.
Does the wax look like it's been there for a while? Like,
Yes.
does it have dust and stuff in it?
Yeah, there is dust in the wax. There are cracks in it from summers and whatnot. It is thinner
We
up
can be
top.
cautious.
Open out or in,
The door opens in.
and then it's wax. So really, if we just push on it, it would open.
Logically, that should be exactly what happens.
We can take a torch to it and melt the wax, and then cut a small groove in case there's something that's been dead in there for a while.
Or I could just kick the door open.
You could probably gently push it open.
Okay,
That's-
fine. I will push the door open.
Okay. So Kavlon is the one doing it, right?
Yes.
If he's willing to? Yep.
And you're so just push it right open, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The door opens up into the shape of the room that you can see there, and there is not a scrap of cloth, paper, or furniture in this room. It has the barest layer of dust on the floor, which is totally undisturbed. And the shutters on this is a larger room, so it actually has 2 windows in it. They have been closed, boarded up, and then sealed with wax also. And all the wax that had been dripping off, because it's like a foot thick, so you got a foot windowsill because it's stone building. Any wax that had dripped down had been scraped away and is not there either. The windowsill have some melted wax on it.
And this is, you said 10?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
No footprint, no nothing on the floor. Look up. Don't go in, but look up. Nothing. No marks. No nothing.
No, nothing.
Can I make a religion check to see what they would probably try to seal in? I know that they seal sarcophaguses and stuff, so.
Yeah,
for
go
the
ahead.
purpose of sealing something in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
7.
Okay, you know quite a bit about religion, and generally you've never heard of sealing a room with wax unless there's some sort of sigil or something accompanying it. Yeah, and I mean, you could guess that maybe a spirit or maybe they just wanted to keep it for when they came back. But yeah, there's nothing in particular with just globbing wax around a door or window. There's no garlic mixed in it. There's no, wolf's bane. There's nothing in chalk anywhere. There's no religious power symbols anywhere in the room.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, unless somebody went mad and did something crazy.
In that the floor's in perfectly good condition, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this might be stupid, but I'm going to walk into the room. So I will walk in and look at the back of the door to see if there's like scratch marks or anything on the back of the door.
Nice.
So,
Go ahead.
you're gonna go in there and you're gonna close the door that seals, right? That's what you're saying.
Like,
No, he said he's just going to go in.
door forwards.
I'm looking at Travis's
myself
face.
in the fucking room.
I would let him close the door on himself anyway.
No. He's got to look at the. He said he was going to look at the back of the door. I'm just saying.
You can
Okay.
close the door like
Okay.
halfway and look
It's
at the back of the
okay.
door.
Yeah, he's teasing you, Chris. He's teasing you. It's, he doesn't. He knows you're not actually going to do that. So you step in, keeping a hand on the outside latch handle, and look around behind the door. No, there's no scratch marks. It's it's
There
clean,
is
too.
some funny business going on here, but I'm not sure what it is, guys. We should keep looking. And I will move on to
Hopefully we'll
12.
find something that'll tell us what was in there. All right, yeah, 12.
As you step into 12, or past in front of 12, the window, as most of the rooms, is not boarded up or locked. This looks like it was the judge's chambers, and the biggest clue to that is there is a corpse, a still rotting corpse, even though this building hasn't been occupied for 30 years, nailed to the wall using chisels. And it's got the black robes on that are frayed and chewed on. You can see headless or rat corpses around it that looks like it has bites out of it, and the corpse head jerks up as you enter the room. Now, it is pinned to a stone wall, but it looks up and it's got one eye that has melted along its face, not because of fire, just because it's decaying, this corpse. And it starts gurgling and gnashing its teeth and lunging as best as it can while pinned to this wall.
I will see if turn undead to it.
Okay, give me your roll, please. Unless if it works differently in
It
5.
makes it's a DC 14 for it.
Okay, and you don't have like disintegrate or anything like that at this point in time, right?
No.
Okay. It fails its save and it runs away. Well, by being pinned to a wall, it goes like this.
I can't speak with that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Have I caught back up with them yet?
Actually, you would be probably passing right past
Yeah.
where they are as you're heading for the other ramp, and there they are standing at this thing, and you hear this noise from inside the room.
Hey, big guy, come here for a second. Take a look at this. I will call him over so that he doesn't go down the other side of the stairs without us. And then
Alright.
I will take a dagger out of my pouch, not the daggers I was throwing otherwise, and chuck it right into the undead.
Very good. Give me a. You're throwing. It's still gonna get a 2-hit roll, but yeah, get a +4.
I'm just roll at advantage.
What's that?
Maybe roll at advantage since they can't.
Yeah, advantage is better than +4. Go ahead and use advantage. Excuse me.
Alright, that is a 19 plus 6.
Yeah, you hit.
So 25.
You hit a stationary pen target to the wall.
I did.
Good job. And
Yeah, so I poke my head in the door and I'm like, yeah, good shot.
I do 6 points of damage to him.
Pin your tail on the dead judge.
And then I will whistle so that it reappears in the pouch.
hopefully clean.
Yeah.
I take it our intent is to destroy this.
I mean, that was my plan.
Is it still moving?
Yeah, it's still twitching. Yeah, he definitely dug it in, and the thing lets out a gasp of air.
The guy follow me.
Why you put guy on wall?
You did
He
that,
was already on wall when we found him.
and you were over here when we were not here. So why did you do it?
No, I go downstairs.
Oh.
You
Why
want me to?
why don't we go get the big table that's upside down and just put it against it, and you just keep smashing it until it's not, so we don't have to touch it?
Oh, that's okay. I'll just walk in and pull its head off.
Okay, or you could use part of the broken furniture in here.
No, I don't mind touching it.
Okay, I'm gonna, because of time, I'm gonna
Alright.
move this forward. You guys destroyed the judge on the wall. You do notice there is some writing on the wall around him. Apparently whoever pinned him up here also wrote mocking things about him, and potentially some criminal he condemned somewhere. You don't know.
You only had a 73% conviction rate. You look silly in those robes. They make you look fat.
There you go. That
Your
kind of
wig
stuff.
is stupid.
That's right. It's do you even powder, man? Anyhow,
Are you supposed to bake your hat and your bread?
the sorry, cats being cats. So, do you want to investigate the other ramp down that the guy hasn't, or do you want to investigate upstairs?
We
Oh,
should
there's an
go
upstairs.
Down. Yeah, the steps that.
Oh, up in the front. Those steps go up.
Yeah.
I say we go down.
Down.
We've seen everything else. Let's not leave one room not explored.
As you guys go down the ramp, same marching order as before. So, Jaith, Bagai, Cav, Moggets.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing down there. It's just junk.
Bagai explains to you guys about the other direction.
Great.
You guys go down this ramp. He still has a torch. I think that's your only source of light at this point, correct?
Yeah,
But I can make others if I need.
Well, or one of us could have picked up the light that was still glowing out in the hallway on our way by. Fine.
Because
I
it
will
lasts
have
like an
picked
hour,
up
right?
the ball of light, yeah, on a stick, unless it's been an hour.
It has not quite been an hour.
Great. I would have picked up the ball and the light as we walked past it.
Well, now. You could go back and get it right now, though. I mean, it's like less than a minute you'd be back. So you
Great.
can have it.
Yep.
But yeah, it was something like that. You weren't even thinking about that. You were heading for rooms. Heading down the ramp, it turns right into a large room. Pretty similar size to the other one there, Robert. But this one has 8 cells in it. Now again, a shorter ceiling. Well, most of you are Rocairn, so it doesn't fucking matter. But there are 8 cells, 4 on each side. Iron bars separating each cell. And as you wander down, on the left, that cell is empty, so is the first cell on the right. The second cells, the one on the right, has 3 skeletons with tatters of cloth hanging off of them. The one on the left, nothing, it's empty. Stands open. The next one, the third one on the right, also empty and stands open. The third one on the left, a very gaunt, pale form rises up at the back of the cell and hisses. And you can smell, as it moves, the wafting putrescence coming across. Which, by the way, I'm going to give the rest of the description here before I have you guys tell me what you want to do. It's, the remaining 2 cells on each side are empty, but in between them, on the ground is a hole in the ground about 3 foot by 4 foot, and there's a metal grating that has been moved off of it. You can hear the trickle of water down below.
Is the hissing thing obviously the lady we fought earlier?
No, it's very much not. It's hunched, it has tattered clothing, it smells like rot, and...
So it's something different.
Very, very,
The sewer note.
What'd you say?
The sewer note.
There's a sewer nope.
Oh, I think she probably went down the hole.
Yep.
Dude to go down the hole.
Exactly, I was thinking about that too. Water go down the hole.
So the 3 skeletons, are they animated? Are they a threat?
Well, they're inside of a locked cell and they're not moving.
Okay.
This other thing has now come to the bars and is reaching slowly for you guys. It's easy enough to, turn sideways and step back and stay out of hand's reach.
I'm
The
just gonna
cell's
take
locked,
a
right?
torch and
It is.
try to set it on fire.
Oh, very good. You can do that.
Just
Here's its hand. Put the torch under it. All right, let me
I
check.
question your ability to cook.
You're gonna have
don't
to.
Burn
eat
stuff.
this.
You're right. I wouldn't.
Eat cow or pig or chicken.
No oatmeal. Pause.
Sometimes badger.
Badger.
Badger, mushroom.
Is there not one of these things in here? Okay, well, maybe it's back here.
What, ghouls?
Actually, I was looking for a ghast.
Should be with the group.
You next.
What's that?
Usually Nectaghoul.
Nectaghoul? With an N?
But next to the ghoul, they should be together.
Oh,
Ghouls
okay.
and gas should be
Thank
together.
Thank you. That's right, ghasts are like
But-
ghouls to the second power.
and they are actually. Page 148.
Thank you. Okay. I just wanted to have it open in case we need it. Okay. Oh, yeah, it does smell, see? Very good. So, yeah, it's reaching for you. Kitty. And it is 11 p.m. Shall we call it here? It's a great place to stop because we have something
Yeah.
to do right when we start.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Very good.
We
It's,
start the next time setting ghouls on fire.
sounds great. And welcome to Ryaz. Thank you for joining the channel. Appreciate that. You came just in time to see the wrap up, but we'll do this again next week, 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget Monday nights we have Talk at the Tavern at 8 p.m. Eastern. And the rest of the week it's just whatever I'm doing. So I'm usually on for quite a bit of the day. feel free to come hang out. Steven, and let's see who else popped in. EI, and Dylan. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. You guys have a great night, and we're out of here.